as a man, how often, how many times do you think about sex in a day?
I don't know.
Would you say it's a lot?
I don't think it's a lot for me. Maybe a couple of times.
In comparison to what?
No, but just generally, do you think it's a lot? Because
I would say so.
Women have an impression that men are constantly thinking about sex.
I'm not constantly thinking about sex.
I mean, there's phases. Boy. I think people that are in relationships think more about sex than people that are outside of relationships.
You think so? Yeah.
Again, phases. It depends, because let's say that you're in a long-term relationship, you've been with the same person for years and years and years, yeah? You know that sex, innit? So you might start thinking...
You're not thinking about it?
Yeah, you'll start thinking about other sex, innit?
But like your Rasta monkey.
Huh?
How do you know? If
Whoa. What's a Rasta monkey?
I'll send you the
oh my
links.
God, the thing is hilarious.
It's
but
hilarious.
I don't know if I should be watching it though.
It's hilarious, but it's in a bunch of them. But basically, it's AI videos, and they ask, you have a wise Rasta monkey, and the young monkeys ask the old monkey, how do you know if a man? I was putting on the accent before I stopped. How do you know if a man masturbates a lot?
You can always tell if a guy masturbates a lot by looking upon him hand. If you look closely, you will see a wedding ring.
Welcome to ESN. The Eloquently saying nothing podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the ESN podcast.
I'm gonna mix the next one in. I did a couple. I haven't done this in so long. I forgot to do it.
So why don't you just play one per week?
I don't want to mix.
Welcome to ESN.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the ESN podcast.
Yo. Hope you're not posting this. Yes, just don't have me in it.
I've been here enough times.
It's not that.
I've been here enough times. I know the situation. I know. Not to mention names, not to mention...
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but to capture you, I've been here enough times. You've told me this. You have now got an 8 out of 10 for your performance.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. It is 0018 on the 20-something.
23rd.
Apparently it's my trad-anniversary.
Oh, 22nd, sorry. Your what?
How do you say it? Trad anniversary or whatever.
Triad.
Traditional anniversary. As in your traditional wedding.
Trad-anniversary.
Yes.
Okay. Because you said triad.
I was on the phone.
He did say triad. He did triad.
That's what,
I
like,
said
right,
trad-anniversary.
you joined 14K, like, right. What was it? 36p? £3.60? How much did you have to pay?
So I don't know. So happy anniversary, wife. 11 glorious years. Glory to God.
Oh.
Hashtag ESN Pod. Start joining the conversation at ESN Podcast on all the socials. ESNpodcast@gmail.com to send in the thing. We are in What's Up Dreadlock Studios. You know, for once, I'm going to start off with our guest to my left, friend of the pod, friend of the Mandem, and all around Jack the Lad.
Jack the Lad.
Man of many talents.
Innit? That's like a web slinger Tekken.
Say.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the ESN podcast. It's good to be back. It's been a long time.
He's actually Eritrean. You are Eritrean, isn't it?
Eritrean or Eritrean.
Eritrean.
You gonna correct me?
I said
Correct yourself.
Eritrean, isn't it?
All right, Nigerian.
You're not gonna bother me.
But yeah,
Web slinger.
Eritrean.
He is literally the same person,
I wouldn't call them that. They have different personalities.
but they done all the same things.
In terms of skill set,
DJ,
they have. They all.
I don't do hair though.
actor.
Didn't do hair.
Did you ever dance?
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
web slinger dance?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, looks at one point as well.
You gotta show me footage.
Yeah, looks at one point, innit?
No, the joke thing is I grew my hair for the sole purpose of locks, but I chickened out.
You see it there?
And then he started balding.
No, he had one. You had one.
Yeah, the one.
was
Black.
black.
One cup of chan.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
but that was still. But that's. But they're the same person in those respects. I didn't even think about it.
They have similar. What do you call it?
Traits.
No, that's what I'm saying. They have a similar.
They have that spirit.
Skill set.
Yeah,
They have that. They have that.
We're
artistic.
Renaissance
They have that.
men.
Yeah, they have the
Yeah,
artistic
yeah.
spirit.
Renaissance men.
Did you ever go for the same part?
Very different people.
No,
Okay.
because we're different, like characters.
You could be. You can
That
go
means
for
it's the same part.
Black villain number 6. You can both fit the criteria for that.
No,
Immigrant number 5.
I'd be going for terrorist roles.
Yeah,
and
that's
he'd
what
be
it-
going for drug dealer roles. It's two different.
Wow.
Well, you can be helping each other.
The terrorist and the gangster, the dope dealer.
Yeah, usually they
Mohammed selling to Leroy.
they usually say they fund terrorism through drugs, no?
See, that could have
But
been a
the
sketch.
irony of
Muhammad
it is
and Leroy, you know.
you have been the drugs. The irony.
Exactly.
They do the terror, Depending on who's looking at you, they might not know where you're from, but yeah, it's true.
Were you ever on the bill?
Yeah, everyone's gonna be on the bill at least once. They say.
Yes,
Because he was on the bill as
I
well,
think
yeah.
I was on the bill 2 or 3 times. I can't remember.
Yeah, see, everyone that's an actor
But
has
just
been on the
like
bill.
background stuff, nothing.
That's no difference. As long as you've been on the bill, you're on your way.
Is that program still on?
No. It got discontinued decades ago.
Yeah,
I don't watch- I don't watch
That intro theme was heavy, man. I think intro themes for TV shows in that era were
Listen, I would have got started, boy. I would have started on the Equalizer.
Yeah.
The Equalizer the one, bro.
Started on a bunch of them now. But, 2 episodes ago, that thing might have got taken down. I didn't even edit it. Do you know the Equalizer?
Yeah.
The Equalizer was
I'm
the
just
one.
trying to
Edward
remember
Woodward is the Equalizer. One old man, And
What?
then there's the old man as well.
You say that? He was probably your age.
Maybe Edward Woodward.
Edward Woodward
You're
during
right.
the Equalizer
You're
is
right.
probably the same age
You're
as
right.
me. He's
Michael
probably
Caine-
younger than me now.
Michael
Yeah.
Caine would have been flip. This is how
He was the Michael
it's
Caine.
a good. It's a good study
He
of.
just
what-
said his name.
It's a
He's Edward Woodward.
Edward Woodward is the Equalizer. That's the person's name.
yeah, but it's Michael Caine.
No, he's Edward Woodward.
I know.
No. The person's name in the Equalizer is not Edward Woodward.
You just said Denzel.
No, you're talking about a different Equalizer.
I'm talking about the original Equalizer.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm referring to him as Michael Caine, the actor.
Who?
Edward Woodward.
Edward Woodward is the name of the actual actor.
No, it was Michael Caine.
No, this man has mixed his white. This is Edward Woodward, bro. This is Edward
Wait, hold on.
Woodward. Is
Hold on.
the Equalizer. That is the man.
Shame.
Edward Woodward.
Yeah, I'm mixing my whites. Shit.
He says he's mixing his whites.
The egg
though.
whites. Ooh.
Years.
All right, so he was born in 1930
Shame.
in Croydon.
I thought it was a character
1913.
name.
So
So what was the character name?
That means he was 90
I
odd.
don't know what the character's name is. I just know him
Shame.
as Edward Woodward.
All
is
this
the
time
Equalizer.
it was Michael Caine in my head.
So the Equalizer started. Let's see, Equalizer. So we
Like 91?
Is he still alive, Edward Woodward? He's not.
Be
Is
the
he?
80s.
died in 2009.
He'll be in the 80s. The Woodward.
It would have been 98 if he was still alive, isn't it? Yeah. around
The Equalizer started in
91?
1985.
Yeah,
God damn.
So
What did you say? Was
he was 55.
Oh.
okay. He was his right age then.
All right, yeah, okay.
So he was older than you then.
Yeah. Older than me. But he looked good for his age. He looked decent for his age.
But all them man, they'll look haggard anyway.
But he didn't look haggard.
But to
in
be
the
fair, I
Equalizer.
guess it was the
He just
storyline,
looked
innit?
mature.
Because he's like an ex-military ops,
Yeah.
trying
Yeah, he
to
had
live
retired,
a good,
innit? Yeah.
trying to live a quiet, retired life, but the streets keep pulling him back in.
The streets.
Gangster.
Them not just look old unnecessarily, boy.
Yeah, man. But
But the one that always gets me is the one in because one of my colleagues always used to talk about it. because he does this for like a thing. He goes and looks at the ages of people in programs and finds out how old they were to match to how old he is now. And the one that was just ridiculous is what's it called, man? What's the Eddie Murphy film? The one with the cop.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, I remember he's mentioned it.
That guy that is what's his name again? Taggart.
Yeah.
Taggart was like about 30 or something. Taggart looked like he was 80 in that program, bruv, in that film.
He did look aged.
And he was like about 30 something. And he's like, well, how did you look this old? But all of them look like that.
The streets will age you.
As we've mentioned on the pod previously, we were looking at pictures of mummy and daddy and all that stuff. We said that back in the day, the 80s, he just looked older as well.
Yeah, you just look old, man.
But it's also
like universal, nothing to do with race.
40 was old back then. Like people,
40 is old
people
now.
moved slow back then as a 40-year-old, whereas now you'll find 40-year-olds doing 20-year-old ish.
Yeah, it's because of life
Moving
expectancies.
like, moving like 20-year-olds, dressing like 20-year-olds, behaving like 20-year-olds.
That's because they're refusing to be old.
Yeah, people don't want to be old.
For whatever reason, but I'm just saying that there's been a shift. It's the youthification of society, isn't it?
So what do you think is old?
Now? There's no one answer. It's context, isn't it? Like if you're talking about, someone spoke about it today. I was listening to Joe Budden's. Is it Joe Budden's podcast? Someone said the fact that what's his name is still doing what he's doing at 50 is incredible. And I can't. Usher's 48, and the fact that he's performing next to Chris Brown and still holding his weight is impressive, because for a singer, a dancing singer, he's old.
Okay, but what do you
LeBron
think
is old.
as a human being? What do you think is old?
I'd say 50.
50 is old. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say 50.
One of my favorite lyrics in the recent history is by Benny the Butcher, and he says, "Your favorite rappers now have to get a prostate exam." And I was like, "Yeah,
Oh my days.
yeah,
What
they
song
do."
is that?
I forgot what song it is. It's one of his new songs. And I'm like, yes, he's very right. He's right, because I like rappers in their 40s.
Can I just? I know it's random, but you mentioned Joe Budden and you mentioned favorite lyrics. Joe Budden has some of my favorite lyrics, like actually a handful of my favorite lyrics, and one of them I'm gonna have to
Jump off.
Is
Paraphrase it.
and you know the synergy is mad, because he was rapping over that Sade song, "No Ordinary Love."
Okay.
And in it, he's talking about a relationship and the relationship problems. And the last line of that part of it, because there's 3 parts, or 4 parts now actually, is like, "For every bad bitch, there's a brother tired of effing her." And it hit my heart to my core, because it's true. It doesn't matter how bad you think this girl is. Somebody's like, "I don't like this girl. I'm fed up of her. I hate her. I don't want to. You have her." The baddest girl in the world is somebody's like, "No.
Yeah,
Been there, done that.
That's like a standard thing.
You say that until you're looking at the baddest girl in the world and you're like, how can somebody say they don't want Rihanna?
Except for Lori Harvey.
Except who?
Except for Lori Harvey.
Well, nobody.
She leaves everyone before they get tired.
Player on player.
She's just dipping it, man.
Would you rather your daughter be the one that does that, or she's the one that's your daughter's? Fortunately, unfortunately, she's in the public and she's gonna have 10 relationships before she gets married, which I don't think is not the craziest thing in the world. But she's either going to be the one that got left 10 times, or the one that left every man in their wake, and every man was like,
I want her to leave them, man.
She just was like, what?
I want her to leave them.
She's just a vixen, like she just.
I don't want her to dark them, but I want her to leave them.
No, that's the point of it.
But she doesn't darken them. She just leaves them. What's up?
No,
because
she
whips.
Honestly, I've heard the men are just like, huh? What's happening?
Yeah, but that's not darking them. That's just leaving them. Isn't it? I'm talking about
whipped.
No, but if
when I'm talking about darking, I'm talking about that she steals their money, takes their
No.
rinses them.
Oh no, she doesn't do that.
Exactly, she just leaves them. And men are so pussy that anytime a woman leaves them, it has to turn into some form of thing.
They just fold up in the corner of the shower.
They're not doing it. You're not darking them.
Yeah,
She's just
they're
leaving
doing
them.
the boomerang.
Did you hear about? So they tried to say that the reason that Damson Idris didn't get the Black Panther role was because of what's his face? What's the guy's name? Michael B. Jordan told what's his name? Not him.
Because for those of you who don't know, this same Lori Harvey has been with both guys.
Yes.
All right.
Actually, I think she might still be with Damson.
I think it's a back and forth thing.
Yeah, maybe. Again, this
Was she with Diddy or Diddy's son?
Diddy and Diddy's son.
Christ.
Both of them.
That's what they said, that she was with both. Take that. And going full circle to the original question that we had at the beginning, I wonder how Damson Idris' mum feels about Laurie Harvey.
Okay,
Can you marry?
Let's talk about that then. So ZZ Milled had an interview with an artist that we were talking about in the family WhatsApp group. That I didn't know about at all, and neither did you. I'm like, but my wife did, and I'm surprised. My wife knows something that I don't know about music, about anything in the arts.
I should play the clip in it. Really.
I'm surprised. You should play the clip. Don't get us
To be fair,
from the interview. Yeah.
To be fair, more women know. Well, I should say Odile has more women fans than men. I'd argue.
I'm just out the loop, so I figure, but I know enough. I guess I don't actually. Before I'd say he'd be on the fringe. If I don't know them, he'd be on the fringe, and I'd be surprised if my wife knows somebody on the fringe. But maybe he's not on the fringe, and I'm just so out of the loop now when it comes to music. Rubbish.
Was he R&B?
R&B / Afro beats.
Oh, so you don't know music?
I don't know.
He's he does so. You've heard that's his biggest.
I did what my brother did, and I started playing the song. So that one I'd heard.
Yeah, that's his I guess his number one track.
Yeah, his biggest song.
His biggest song.
But if you just mentioned Sosa, I wouldn't know until I play it. But we can't play music anymore.
Can I use the game?
Oh, why have you been stricken?
One of our previous episodes, Mr. Wolf was playing just one of his things that he plays, and it just had some music in the background. And so I said I have to edit it to take that bit out, and I haven't got around to it. But so far as I know, that episode is gone. It's just 2 episodes ago. But we have a guest on it, so I should really go back because we want to hear there. Is it? Can I ladder the thing up now?
Hold on a minute, because it's one of those stupid things that you can't really play it thing.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Adverts.
All right.
No, you can, but
Anyway, Odile had it.
Go into the thing. But it's gonna come in.
Odile and what's her name? ZZ Mills were having a conversation about intercultural. Is that the term? Dating.
That works.
She is of Caribbean descent.
Have you heard
Jamaican? Yeah.
Okay.
And then he is Nigerian, British. And
No.
Huh?
No.
Where's he?
He's mixed up because apparently he was born in Germany or something like that.
Yeah, but
He's Nigerian, born in Germany, lived in like some place in Europe, then got back, sent to Nigeria when he was 14.
But his parents are Nigerian.
Yeah, his parents are
Okay,
Nigerian.
all right.
Okay.
But I don't know if he's English.
Nigerian European.
Yeah, it's in someone.
And what was it? He was saying no. She was. Saying,
Let me just play it.
Go on then. I thought you said you literally. Anyway,
What,
play
you
it.
said what?
Play it.
I just said hold on a
Play
minute.
it.
No, you didn't.
Play it.
You said talk.
Wahala, play it. Play it. Play it. Play it.
Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's peak. Like, I always somehow, I'm Jamaican.
Jamaicans and Nigerians go together.
Just culturally, or like you mean in a romantic way?
Yeah, in a romantic way.
No, I don't think so, actually.
You don't think so?
No.
Why?
I feel like
They have fun.
Well, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
You just see us as a fun time. You're not going to marry us, are you?
Vice versa.
Never.
Yeah,
what
vice
are you
versa.
talking
What are you
about?
saying? Vice versa.
No, you lot are a bit more, it's, culturally, you just think. And that's why I'm always just like, no, there's no point. Because you're just going to break. A Nigerian man is due to break my heart because in the long run, your mum does not want me for you.
Oh, that's not true.
It's true.
Nowadays, they're more open. Like, okay, cool. Like, as long as there's, respect, everybody gets on, it should be fun.
Actually, I just had this conversation last week. Maybe this is why, but it was with a Jamaican.
A Jamaican.
Oh, sorry, she's Jamaican. Yeah, sorry, yeah. So
A Jamaican.
Carry on, and I'll tell you. And the person listens to this podcast, so they know they are. I don't know if they want me to say, but I'll say it.
Jamaicans.
And then, so yeah, I was saying this is old news. I don't think this is because I see these people as young. Although ZZ Mills is not that young; she's in her 30s.
Yeah, ZZ Mills not young, man.
But I'm assuming he's in his 20s. I'm just assuming. I don't know anything about it. But for him to just pop up now, I doubt people just pop up as an artist in their 30s. I would assume they're in their 20s. So I don't think 25, 26, 27-year-old Nigerian mothers
26
so a 26-year-old their mother is in my age bracket.
I would say not really,
Of course, really, they're gonna have them at 25, 20.
That's 50 something.
She could be an elder. She could be in her 70s.
That could
she
be
could be in her 80s.
Wow.
Like
That could be. She could be the youngest. He could be the youngest, not the oldest.
What do you mean calm down? We know mothers in their 70s of young children.
So
Like,
she was 50 in her mid-50s when they had a kid.
there are people out there who he's 26, so she could have had him late 40s, early 50s. It's possible.
Not if they're in
Very
their
possible.
80s, but I get your point. You have to do the math. If you're adding one number to another, it needs to be. But I get what you're saying. All right, and fair enough, because I was saying that parents that are 50, around 50 and younger, will not have this kind of view. People older, yes, my parents' age group, people in their 70s, 80s, I'm not arguing with that. But even then, in 2026, even a 70-year-old parent, I still don't know if they're having this issue with their 40-year-old child, because that maths. Because I think just they're living in this country now, so I'm dealing with British people. If you lived in this country for X amount of years, you have a 40-year-old. So I'm actually gonna even just increase the age to make it worse for myself. You're 70. You have a 40-year-old son who's not yet married, and he brings home a Jamaican. And I don't think in the Nigerian parents, I'll be like, oh, you brought home a Jamaican.
That's in Nigeria.
They're in this country.
In this country, he said.
Yeah, because he did live in Britain at one point as well. So he lived in Germany, Spain, and Britain, and then went to Nigeria for boarding school. So I don't know what he did.
But I'm saying, if you spent 40 years in this country, I don't think there's like, oh, you didn't bring home a Nigerian.
I blatantly think there is. I don't know where you're coming from.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I don't think it's the common thing. I don't think it's like standard.
I think it's common that most parents from any country that is not, in fact, any country, wants their child to come back with a child from that country.
Yes. That aside, because that is so standard, I'm actually dismissing that, because it's universal for everybody.
But this is the problem. I don't think that people see it as that. I think some people like to take it to heart because the stigmas of African, especially Nigerians, are looked at as you don't want us, especially in this Caribbean African thing. It's like, and that's what I had to put, because it was on somebody's post. I had to post, I don't really get to hear the other side of the story about Caribbean women. Caribbean men that's marrying Nigerian women. I don't really get to hear about Nigerian women having this discussion, like this problem, basically, because I don't think that there's enough Caribbean men maybe marrying Nigerian women for it to be a thing. Whereas because Nigerian men are so scattered everywhere, we sleep with everyone, we try to marry everyone, we try to do everything with everyone. We get to see this quite more often. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but
like, how many Nigerian women do you know that's married to Caribbean men?
A few.
I don't know that many though. Not compared to the other way around.
As in Jamaican women married to Nigerian?
Yeah, or dating at least.
Oh, I got you. I get what you said. Okay.
So I don't really know how these are move with their mother-in-laws. Not really something I've heard.
And if it's an issue one way, it's going to be issued the other way.
That's what I thought. I said that my sister, but again, that's one, I suppose. But I don't really know that many. So I'll be interested to see, like, if they feel like this person's Jamaican mother, because they spoke about Jamaicans here, wants them as their daughter-in-law, or do they give them like, because do they seem like they're very happy for their son to get married to this Nigerian woman?
I would assume, even though we've got one in the house it's been silent the whole time, I would assume that Jamaican parents are more open to outsiders.
Yeah,
than Nigerians.
I would assume that too.
In terms, again, whenever I am talking, the blanket is that I think near enough every culture would want their children to stick within their own. So I'm not even including that in the equation. I'm just saying, and I'm also saying that I don't think it's as prevalent, because this thing was a thing before. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying today in 2026 in this London, I don't think it's that much of a deal anymore. Not that it doesn't happen, but I don't think it's like frequent and it's always prevalent. I don't think it's a prevalent thing. Like if I was a Caribbean woman or man, and I found an African or maybe we're sticking because she said Nigerian, she didn't say
yes, because I think Nigerian is the one.
If I was a 25-year-old Jamaican and I met a Nigerian woman, I don't think I'd be worried about our parents don't want me for that reason. I think they would have preferred she had a Nigerian, but again, I'm blanketing that. But it's not.
Which parents are we talking about now? The Nigerian parents or the Caribbean parents?
The Nigerian parents. I've met a Nigerian woman, and I'm going to their parents, and I'm not Nigerian. That's the issue. Not that I'm Jamaican or I'm wherever else. Yes, or to flip for me, I think it's the same. So
I don't think it's the same.
I think you don't think people are more conscious about their daughter than their son, or as wary about who my daughter brings home than their son. They're more interested in the son.
Well, we're talking about mother-in-laws.
Yeah,
that's why I don't think that the mother-in-law is. I think the mother-in-law and the wife have more of a potential beef than the son-in-law.
Okay. Right.
I think mother-in-laws are quite happy to. I think if you treat the mother-in-law all right as a son, you're good. Like if you come with the good flowers, this, that, other, she's coming home, you're treating her, you're making her, you know.
Did she just say mothers, or she said parents?
She said the mother. Your mum don't want. She actually said your mum don't want me.
That's because she's Jamaican and there's no dad in the house. I'm only playing. This is the joke. I know. These are the jokes that come up that people have the issues with in the first place.
So so I think that's why I was very particular in what I was saying, where I said I would like to see if a Nigerian girl was marrying a Jamaican man, and the Jamaican man had a mother that was obviously around. And there, when they were getting married, like in the same facility, like the mum was in here, not in Jamaica or whatever, same as this one here. How would she take it? Would she be like, I don't really want you to date a Nigerian man? She might not even want them to date a Jamaican man, but she still might not want you to date a Nigerian man either. And I know there's a lot of Africans that don't want their children to date a Nigerian man either.
Can the beige people talk?
With the beige people,
because we'll get told off. We monopolize the conversation. I actively said, let me stop talking and let the people that actually.
No, I mean,
the other person.
I feel like the geography is important. So, if you are talking about people that are in the UK and they're of Caribbean or African heritage, there is a generational gap thing where there is going to be a generation now that don't have the same stigma about it because they've had a lot more exposure to those interactions, and in having a lot more exposure to all those interactions, you get to see that they're not all negative. So the idea and the stereotype of from a Nigerian point of view, Jamaicans being bad, being into criminality and being blah 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 blah, doesn't weigh the same for a family that's been living in, let's say, somewhere like the UK. So someone back in Nigeria will probably have the same or similar viewpoints as what we're used to from the stereotype. But somebody who's lived here would have had the interaction of this kind of mixed cultural relationships where they can actually see, you know what? As Nigerians, we're Christian. Our Christianity is very important to us. And actually, these Jamaican people are just as important. Christianity is just as important to them. We see them in church every week. We see like all those kind of things. So you then kind of break down the walls that used to be there as far as those kind of meetings and interactions are concerned. So I don't feel it's the same anymore. And I feel like Zizi Mills' point of view is harping on from the old stereotype and the old trope.
I kind of think that if the person that goes to the house matches the stereotype that's got in their head, they may have a problem. So if you go there and you got blue hair and we play and we're having a party and we see you winding up in the corner on your top of your head top, then yeah, they're gonna be like, which Jamaican are you bringing home? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Because you go to the stereotype that they've got in the head of the Jamaican that you see, the yardie, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But obviously they clearly know that's not the Jamaican that you see. In fact, it depends on where you live. That might be the Jamaican you see all day, every day. I don't know.
But this is my point though. So like from Nigeria's point of view, they will know the dancehall Jamaican. They will know the caricature of the yardie, because that is the image that is broadcast more heavily. They don't necessarily have the same visibility of the studious Jamaican, because Jamaicans are, it's weird for me, but Jamaicans are as studious as Nigerians. It's just there's less of them.
But when you're saying the Nigerians, are you talking about the Nigerians that live here or the Nigerians that live?
I'm talking about the Nigerians that are living in Nigeria. The broadcast, the stereotypes that has been broadcast there doesn't include necessarily the moderates that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
All right, so I'm gonna give.
And then equally in Jamaica, the Jamaicans will know Nigerians. They're into fraud.
Let me give you. Let me ask you a question there. Yeah.
Yeah.
let's say both of them was brought up in Peckham.
Yeah.
So both the Nigerian man and the Jamaican woman is brought up in Peckham, yeah?
Little Lagos.
Yeah.
And Kingston.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
They call it Little Lagos. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but it used to be.
I've never heard it called.
It used to be Kingston before.
Do you know how many Jamaicans lived in
I'm
Peckham?
not saying that they don't, but I'm saying that is the nickname for Peckham.
Okay, so anyway, Peckham or Brixton, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
A lot of those stereotypes live quite on in those areas. If you go to the places where people may be doing hairstyles and whatever, like salons and blah blah blah, some of the stereotypes that you might see with the loud yardie and the loud African and this, that, the other, probably live in those areas.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon then? Do you think that those people are saying, "Oh, this is a stereotype," or is that not what they see on a day-to-day basis?
That is what they see on a day-to-day basis, but also, again, you're talking about one specific thing in isolation. Those same people go to church and they will see the Jamaicans in church and they will know the Jamaicans in church.
Yeah, you'll see everything.
You'll see everything. So they have a very, very different view and experience. Whereas when you're outside of that, and that's one of the things that's kind of like amazing about these type of melting culture places, like like the UK and America and those kind of things, where you actually get to experience a cultural melting and breakdown that you wouldn't get to experience if you're in your own countries. Do you get what I'm saying?
Because you're all immigrants for one, innit?
You're all immigrants, and moreover, look at the places you're coming from. Like, as much as the people are very similar in their mannerisms and what have you, the distance between Jamaica and Nigeria is very, very far. And if you don't have these type of melting pot places, you have the only opportunity for those two cultures to interact with each other is if one goes to the other, or you understand, and vice versa. So when you have that proximity, it breaks down a lot of those misunderstandings. So I can talk about it for even within my own family. So my grandma, rest her soul, was hardback Nigerian, 1929. Yeah, comes to the England. When she's come to England,
sorry,
to the England, yes, I said it.
I just wanted it known. He said the England.
Comes to the England, she sees what's happening in England. My Jamaican grandma is Windrush generation, comes to the England, see what's happening in England. So the two of them are in the country at relatively the same time, having the experiences they're having, and then their children get together. And my grandma, who didn't know anything about Jamaicans other than what the stereotypes were, is now having to deal with the presence of my mother, who is a Jamaican. My mother, who is a Jamaican, is now having to also deal with her mother's perceptions of Nigerians. At that generational age, my parents have broken down a lot of the stigmas and stereotypes that are associated with those individual cultures from the parents' point of view. Yeah. They've had a child, which is me, and now my two grandparents have to now actually live this new idea of what each other's culture is about. It's like, actually, no, his mum doesn't behave in the way that I think is stereotypically like that. She was waiting for it, but it never happened.
But that's the thing, though, isn't
and equally, my other grandma was waiting for my dad to exhibit the things that she expects of Nigerians, and it didn't happen.
But this is the thing. All I think Zizi Mills is talking about is the fact that regardless of the waiting for it, the fact that they was waiting for it meant that at some point they thought negative. So this is what she's saying, isn't it? Before you, before your mum even wants to, before we even get into this, your mum don't want me, and I'm gonna have to prove myself to your mum because I'm gonna now have to almost prove myself to be not that Caribbean that she thinks I am.
Right.
So,
but again, the generation that I'm talking about, listen to the generation that I'm talking about. These are the first lot that have come over.
I still think
and I'm saying, and what Stav's mentioned, where the people that are in our age group now, because some of us at our age now will have children that are 20 plus. And if those two 20 plus children are meeting, and we are the parents that have been living in the UK for however long we've been living in the UK, we know that the stereotypes that our parents were talking about don't necessarily exist because we've had that interaction with those different communities.
I don't think that's necessarily always the case. And I said sometimes it's just inherent in you, regardless of whether or not you know it's the truth. I don't want my child to be with this Jamaican. I don't want my child to be with this Nigerian. I don't want it to happen.
But I was
also, sorry, the reason why I'm looking at Stav a bit thingy, because I think for one, our parents are a lot different than most parents, yeah? And I think that sometimes when it comes to this generational thing, a bit like what you're saying, there's always one outlier that's broken it down, done something that's broken the system.
I don't think my parents were different.
I think no, they are now. I think they're not as bad.
Because they were just standard. But because of circumstances and situations, now they realize, or they got to a point where it's like, as long as my child brings home a sensible, then that's it.
Yeah, but as I was saying, it had to get to the point where they went from Oyibo, they went to this, they went to all of these different things, and it was like, okay, they're not as, some of these people are not as bad as I thought it was.
This is my point. So that generation went through that. Then we have our generation now, who went to school with whoever. Who goes play football with whoever, who rave with whoever.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Can I finish, man? And then whoever, whatever with whatever. And then now it's like, again, with that blanket that I would prefer that my child brings home whatever. It's like, as long as you bring home the sensible somebody, then okay, it's what it is.
You still think, is that blanket?
Generally, yeah. I think Nigerians.
No, I'm talking about you.
Me, I want my child to bring home a Nigerian.
Yeah, but if they don't bring home a Nigerian, you just said as long as the person is sensible or whatever, yeah.
They have to be black.
So it's still there, isn't it?
I'm not going by that though. Yeah, but that's different.
Why is it different?
Because one is a cultural problem, and the other one is racism.
I know you keep it real.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, so essays. What's your thought pattern on this?
I mean, there's not much.
Beige, right.
I also want to know what your parent would have said if you brought back a Nigerian.
My mum is quite liberal, like this. So my mum did psychology as a degree, right? So she was liberal from the get go.
Yeah, because that's not an African degree.
But she'd always say, whatever you want to do, you're fine by me. And I said, okay, so if I and I used to crack joke. It's like, oh, so if I turn gay, you'd still accept me? And she goes, yes, I'll love you for who you are. I'm like, yeah, whatever. That's my mum, right? So my take on this whole thing is, like with everything, back in the day, say 95% would be against or opposed to intercultural whatever get-togethers. Now it's less so, but it's still prevalent. Just like if you do something with racism or homosexuality, like back then, 95% of England may look at a black person and think racist thoughts, whereas now it's probably 70 or 60 or 50 or whatever the stats. I'm just throwing out numbers and examples. So to answer your initial pushback, I'm pointing to Stavros here. Yes, it's still prevalent.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not as much so as in our day, but it's still prevalent. The reason why, in my belief, is a couple of things really. Most Caribbeans are several generations deep in the UK as a result of Windrush or whatever. Also, I would argue they're more westernized than Nigerians, and therefore there would be more pushback from a Nigerian against a Caribbean coming into their fold as opposed to the other way.
I don't agree with that at all.
That's cool, but that's how
Jamaicans hold their culture maybe more than.
But I'm talking about several generations deep here. All my where I grew up, there were no, which is weird now that I think of it, but there were no people of African cultures or backgrounds. It was just, I was the only African. All my friends were Jamaicans. And when I go through all of them, one of them had there was white people in one person's family. I think there was Asian in another, mixed race, and each family had people of other races in them. Now, when I look back at my friends outside of my area, people who are of African descent, very few have other people from other cultures.
See, the thing that I find interesting is that none of them people that you mentioned before had Africans. and I'm being very particular about Africans.
Yeah, but you are also, again, and I'm going to come in here, is that is an indicative of the makeup of Jamaica. So with Jamaica, there's Chinese, there's German, there's mixed, there's Indian, there's, so that, as far as like Jamaica is concerned, is a very normal kind of, the same thing he says, there's not even so much the westernization, but the comfortability around it, because it's a very normalized thing. If you're talking about African nations, there are very few African nations where that kind of diversity exists within the normal culture. Nigeria is definitely not one of those places.
Especially back then.
But especially back then,
It's
even
getting-
now, like in Nigeria, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about
Because
in
Africa
Nigeria.
is not a tourist
Well,
spot.
for whatever reason,
For whatever
it's the
the reason.
case.
I get it.
It's
but-
the case. For whatever reason, it's the case.
So in Nigeria, we still have the stigma about ethnic groups within Nigerians. So an Igbo and a Yoruba is getting together, getting married and what have you. There's the whole stigma there. Then out with Hausa, there's a stigma there. So that's kind of where the differences lie.
I'm wondering if Hausa is like, I'd rather you marry a Ghanaian or Jamaican than a Yoruba.
There's all, I don't know what
Potentially, there might be some of them that's like that.
Yeah, I don't know what the permutations are, but
I don't know.
But as I'm saying, none of you are still telling me, because I'm being very particular. I'm not talking about whites. Whites seem to get away with anything. They seem to be able to mix and blend with anyone, and no one's screaming and shouting that much about them. But Africans and I don't even say Caribbeans. I say Jamaicans because that's what we're talking about.
What's the question you're asking?
I'm saying that he said that essay when I'm saying that my friends are with Chinese, white, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But he didn't mention Nigerians.
yeah, but again, I just showed why.
That's
Yeah,
not.
that was it.
That's not through no fault of the Caribbeans. It's probably through the fault of the Nigerians.
You can't just say that.
No, but I'm just when I'm thinking
No,
about
because-
it.
Simple Simon gave you an he just explained it.
Explain what? No.
That they're more comfortable with people because with that kind of mix because they have that mix.
Who?
Jamaicans.
Jamaicans.
That's what Simple Simon said.
You were speaking on behalf of.
But I'm saying that.
So you're saying that the Nigerians didn't choose to be with the Jamaicans?
No, he's saying that the Nigerians didn't choose to be the Jamaicans.
No,
I'm
I'm saying there was demonstration, there was proof there that Jamaican were open to all cultures, right?
apart from Nigerians.
But that's not down to them. If a Nigerian approached them, they would have still been welcoming. That's my point.
How do you know?
I can only assume. Yeah, this is all based on assumption.
But that's what I'm saying. His assumption goes against what you're saying.
No, it doesn't.
He does because he's saying that the reason why those people are comfortable. Okay, let me just ask a question.
You've got a bone to pick.
No, because I'm gonna ask a question because what you just said now to me makes sense. Yeah, you said that in the Caribbean or in Jamaica they are used to Chinese, they are used to whites, they are used to Indians, they are used to all of these people.
Arabs.
All the people that you mentioned, they are used to. Yes.
Yeah.
Who are they not used to?
No, that's your calculation of the whole of what he's saying.
I'm asking you, who are they used to?
No, but
Africans?
he's making his point.
Let him answer the question.
Because he made that's what he said.
No, that's your interpretation of what he just said.
Well, he can give me the interpretation himself then, but that's what he said. You said that, and then he said in response to what you're saying.
Sorry. You've asked the question. Simple, can you answer the question, and then so we can get to his point.
Sorry, the shouting made me a bit like I'm not sure what the question was.
Okay, so you mentioned those people because he
Who are
mentioned
Jamaicans not used to?
who are Jamaicans not used to?
Yes. After you've given the list of people.
Yeah,
that
so
they
it
are
would be
used
the people that are not in Jamaica, innit? So a Nigerian wouldn't be in Jamaica, so they were not used to a Jamaican.
to. All right. So now what's your point?
So I'm saying that the reason why he mentioned those, or I assumed the reason why you mentioned those people, yeah, and why you said that they're happily to integrate with those people is because they're used to them. Yes. Yes or no?
I'm not saying that, but
I'm asking him. He's the one that said it. Yes or
Yeah, because when he said those things, you said yeah, but they're not used to Nigerians, and I'm like yeah, because where they come from, there isn't a culture of it.
This is what I'm saying. So it doesn't necessarily. So what I'm saying to you now, just because you said that they're used to, or they're happy to date all those other people, which you've now established that they are used to, doesn't mean that they're not happy to date the people that they're not used to, which is Africans.
Okay.
Which is what I'm saying. Just because they're used to date, that's because they're happy to date other. Because Nigerians are the same. Nigerians date everyone. Yes or no?
I don't know.
Nigerians date everyone.
Now they do, but back then
They dated everyone.
bro. Well, I'm telling you my experience, right?
Nigerians dated everyone.
Firstly-
they don't marry everyone. They dated everyone.
Firstly,
They sleep with everyone. That's for damn sure.
Go on.
Sorry.
are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So firstly, back in the day, it wasn't cool to be African, West African, whatever. Yeah. So as a result, we didn't really cross that bridge.
I like this one. Yes. Yeah, I like it.
We didn't really cross that bridge. So to answer, I get your understanding of what or your interpretation of what
Simple says.
But I would argue if there was an environment where it was almost acceptable and the norm and encouraged that West Africans, namely Nigerians, would date and approach Jamaicans and other Caribbeans, then I'm pretty sure the Jamaican families that I knew would welcome them with open arms. However, that didn't occur, and it was just a timing thing. It's just where we were in the early 90s.
Okay, so can I ask you
From
a question?
my experience. Go ahead.
So so do you believe, because you just mentioned it now, yeah?
Yes, please. Go on.
Was there not a stigma against Africans in this country?
Yes.
Do you not feel that at one point Africans were almost, I don't want to say bullied, but they were kind of bullied? Yes?
They were bullied.
So then if somebody's unpopular, somebody's not looked at as
So
equal.
I'll tell you.
Hold on. Somebody's unpopular, they're not looked at as equal, and they're not really the done thing. Do you now think that the families now are going to be saying to them, yeah, bring them to my yard?
So here's the thing. Back in the 90s, a lot of the girls that I entertained were Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing is, I'm an African, but the only thing is I'm not Nigerian. So I have reason to believe that they would have welcomed Nigerians.
Yeah, but as they have so many rastas, you're close enough to
Are you serious?
To their holy land. Yeah, man, you're neighbors.
All right.
So it's like, yeah, we respect you.
Let's move on.
You're close enough.
Let's move on.
But it's true. You might be right. You might be right. And again,
I'm only saying it half jokingly. Yeah.
the Nigerians again were the ones that were getting stigmatized. Like, because no one seemed to have a problem with Ghanaians because they didn't really know Ghanaians existed, I'm assuming, as much as the Nigerians.
No, they would have known, because you have to remember that the history of Jamaica in particular includes Ghanaians and Ghanaian language.
I'm talking about in this country, though.
Yeah,
At the time when the West Africans was coming, I don't remember seeing a Ghanaian until I was about 16.
Okay.
Or knowing of a Ghanaian.
Wow.
In mass.
And we would have grew up around Ghanaians as well. Or in an area where they must have been Ghanaians.
To be fair, back from my memory, all West Africans were just grouped together. It didn't matter if you're Nigerian, Ghanaian. You were grouped together.
So I knew Ghanaians from a younger age. So to me, that's wild.
I just didn't see them.
Yeah.
Just didn't cross my path. No, they did. Because this is what I'm saying. I knew Ghanaians. I just didn't know they were Ghanaian.
You didn't know they were Ghanaian. There was a period of time where Ghanaians would not necessarily reveal that they're Ghanaian. I don't know why. In the same way that there were Nigerians that would try their best to convince you that they were Jamaican.
And Ghanaians. That's what I'm saying. Don't let the Ghanaians off this leash.
I just said that. I literally just said that.
No, you said that they didn't let you know that there was Ghanaian. You didn't add they wanted to be Jamaican as well. I did that.
Oh, okay.
Because man like Henry that I knew now is Ghanaian was not
proper said names.
Yeah. God rest his soul, he's passed away as well. But yeah, I didn't know it was Ghanaian.
I did. Fend it. All right. Next topic. A quick question, actually.
Let's go for that topic. Is it done?
Yeah, because I'm trying to make it a shorter episode.
Fair enough.
So, and we're going around in circles.
Famous last words.
So, as much as I'm happy talking, I'm for once I'm being cautious with the time. So I'm going to try to stick
It's
to
1
that.
o'clock.
Do any of you have topics you want to discuss?
No, go through my G.
If I remember it, I'll say it, but I can't.
Fair enough. A couple of quick fire ones then, or not a couple, but Israel's looking to build some prison. I shouldn't, would you have an issue with a prison like Alcatraz, which is on a small island? So the prison is just.
I've had the discussion before. Someone
not with me. It's on an island, and they decide, you know what? To try and stop people escaping, we're going to actively put crocodiles in the water. Would you say that's like against human rights?
No.
You'd have no issue with it?
As long as they know about it.
Yeah. Well, even then, if you don't know about it,
What's the difference between that and electric gates?
Because I don't know. But for me,
Or spikes.
Yeah.
No,
Or spikes. You can have like what do you call it? Like moats or whatever.
Well, some people would call that inhumane as well.
Why are you trying? If you're trying to escape and you know that this escape is gonna hurt you, you do it anyway. That's your point.
As long as the prisoners know, if you escape, you risk being impaled or being eaten, whatever. I wouldn't say that's against human.
Is the right to escape a human right?
I guess so.
Is it?
I would say so.
You have the right to escape your prison.
Do you remember the first scene of The Wire?
No.
Snot Boogie.
What happened?
I'm going to spoil the absolute first scene of The Wire.
Go on then.
First scene, first episode.
Go on then.
First series. The policeman is talking to a young person at the scene of a murder.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're gonna find out what's happened. And the dude said, oh, everybody knows what happened. It's Snot Boogie got killed. Like, why? They were playing a dice game, and Snot Boogie would always wait till the money piles up enough, and then grab the money and run. And then the policeman's like, and then this time basically somebody shot him and killed him. I was like, what do you mean he always did it? Yeah, he did it every single time. And it's like, so why would you keep letting him do it? Like, why would you keep letting him play? And it's like, it's America. You can't take away somebody's right to just play the game. So what you just said reminded me of that. It's like, you can't take away their right. That's their right to do it. How we deal with it after,
is a different thing.
So if you put the crocodiles or the spikes or the electric gates or whatever it is, that's a separate. But your right to do it, I can't take that away from you. I can take away even your right to live on the streets. I can't take away your right to try and get back to those streets. That's a human right.
I don't see any different from that than the snipers that's on the top of the building.
Because basically, this is what let me read the headline. Israel officers' efforts to install a $6 million crocodile prison hits a legal wall. And the Israeli court has halted a $6.3 million crocodile prison plan after an animal rights petition. While prisoners
animal rights.
That is one part, and then there's two parts of it. Animal welfare is like, you can't do this, and then the other people is like, this is cruel. It's inhumane for humans to put them in that position. What is this like? Is this the Running Man like 2026 Israeli edition?
I bet you those who are pushing the human right angle are also like anti-Israeli in their antics.
No, but then I would go as far as to suggest that the other issue is that this prison isn't being constructed for Israeli prisoners.
No way.
It's going to be specific.
That's my point.
Yeah, which is then now you're you're extending on the genocidal thing with this
on the way here
politically.
I'd rather you address that than say anti-human. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
But you can't address that. That's the problem. You get what I mean? Like, you're not in the political space. You're not allowed to say that. It's anti-Semitic, isn't it?
No, in this case, you can say there's a two-tier system of policing in your state, which is no one can argue. Yeah, and I don't think even that can be said without an accusation of anti-Semitism.
Accusations,
false accusations. So we've got to that point. The policing, how you police Palestinians and Israelis are different. All right, fine, that's cool. All right, because they even say it. They have different prisons for this. They have different rules for this. If you break the rule, we do this. If you break the rule, we do that. It's like rules, actual law. So you can't argue with the stuff you put there. And what we say is that fair enough, we let this and that slide, but to do this for one set of criminals and to that for another set of criminals, we feel is going beyond the pale. It's too much. That's not anti-Semitism. Because you're saying if you're gonna build that prison, everyone should go there, because we think it's bleeding on the edge of like it's a bit much. But if you did it for everybody, then fair enough. But you're not. You're pushing. You're pushing
like a modern day concentration camp.
And then how many of them actually end up in that river that didn't try to escape?
Yeah, true.
Was you gonna say you were listening to the game?
No, I did find out. I started listening to it.
Okay.
It was interesting the snippets he was taking from different podcasters saying that he's a good rapper. He could have got one from us. At some point, we would have said Gabe is one of the best rappers and he's underrated.
The reason I'm saying that, have you heard the Kanye West song?
Yeah.
Where he says, I like...
I don't know why he said that.
Have you heard, right? The man said,
I don't know why he said that.
The man basically said, because he's on the Kanye West song, he goes, I like Jews. Some of them what did he say? Something like, I like some Jews.
Basically, it was...
Not all Jews.
Like... because he's on a song with Kanye West, he's addressing the stuff that Kanye West has said about Jewish people, about them being thieves and taking this and that, and basically said, yeah, some of them do, but not all of them. And I like Jews.
Some of them, not all of them. But I also don't like all black people. That's what he basically said in the song.
Yeah.
But if you snip it and use it, I was just like, this does sound like a mad person. Why would you say this on the song? But that's the game.
On the way here, I was listening to a Spectator magazine podcast, and so they're a right wing podcast. And one of the articles they discuss basically they pick a couple of the articles from the recent episode and they discuss it. And one of them is that we're losing the West, and we're losing the West to Russia, China, and Islamics. And then they went to talking about that, and they talk about Russia and how Russia's trying to do this, which made sense to me, and China's trying to do this and blah blah. And then they're talking about this just Islamists, and then because then they went into anti-Semitism about how. And then they went into this 7-8 minute like discussion about anti-Semitism and how this is happening in regards to this topic of being the West is being lost. And I was like, don't you understand that? Like, you just said that Islamists are trying to take over the West, and then you went on this spiel about people, the propaganda and the issues against anti-Semitism. And I'm like, this is the same thing. You're just doing it. It's just one of them you think is cool, and other one you think is not cool.
That's society.
Because you just think because you don't even see these people as a people.
That's politics. That's always been the way it's been.
I just found it was just hilarious. It was just very hilarious.
They don't see themselves in those aspects. But people don't see themselves when they talk like that.
It is indicative of the West End as well. Like, did you hear the other day that America is confiscating Venezuela's gold reserves out of the UK banks?
Because they're on Venezuela now, basically.
Maybe. I think so. But you say confiscated. I think they're doing it with because with permission. So I wouldn't use the word confiscated.
It's not with permission. That's the thing.
I think it is.
They've just taken over Venezuela.
Yeah, but they've put in a puppet leader.
And
she was the deputy leader there before. So it's not like she was there. She was second in command. They took away the leader. She replaced this person.
They didn't take him away. And they kidnapped him.
All right, however you want to put it.
And his wife.
But the person that was second in command, I believe, I could be wrong, is now in charge, and everything that they're doing now is with this person's okay. It's not like they're just doing things.
So here's the thing. That exact scenario in a different order. So someone is trying to do this to America. They will tell you all of the different war crimes and how it's wrong and how it's
Of course.
So that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing that you're mentioning. When you want to see what you want to see, or when the bully wants to make his moves, he doesn't see the.
Even well,
he sees. He don't care.
Because they had a Jewish actress on the podcast. She was the guest, and when they went down this anti-Semitism route, she mentioned basically that they're talking about like the what did they call it? It's happening in Palestine.
Occupation. Genocide.
Genocide.
Yeah.
And she was fully rubbishing it. And she's like, look at America. If you think if Canada, when it did like killed such and such in Canada, you think there would be a strip of Canada left? So she was just justifying it like if somebody does something to your country, it's all right just to eradicate the whole thing. People, yeah. Like because America wouldn't have allowed. They'd mash up the place. But then it's like, but that would be wrong. It's not just because they would have done it. It don't make it right.
And they didn't do it to Afghanistan.
Because they can't.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
So regardless of whatever she said, they didn't do it.
And then she's talking about a neighbor, but what? Well, because of the
9/11.
But they went to the wrong place.
What do you mean?
Which one's no? That's the weapons of mass. Yeah, hold on. That was
Iran. I said Afghanistan. They did either one. They didn't.
What did they do in Afghanistan?
They didn't genocide the whole country, did they? That's what she's saying they should do. They didn't do that. They captured.
She didn't say they should do it. She said that's
what they would do. Where they did it.
If Canada did it. I think the way she was looking at it is like it's their neighbor. So it's like the threat is so much because it's your neighbor. It's right next door to you. That's why she chose Canada. It's like I think Mexico would have been a better example. But yeah,
I cannot really. I would never imagine being kidnapped from my country and they took my wife with me, man. Can you imagine the amount of stress this man has got now? Because it's your fault that you got kidnapped.
They took a bitch, man.
His wife is just cussing him every day, boy. We are here because of you. Why are you going to do it? The man is just there stressed. And the wife is there cussing him because you got kidnapped.
Do you think there's been a paradigm, or sorry, going forward? Because I think it's happened. So do you think there's been a shift in like the whole world now? Because the leader of the free world, America, has decided, you know what? I'm just gonna do what the rest of you countries do. Because as much as we point our finger, America, you're doing this, America, better other countries do whatever it is they can do and get away with. They do these kind of things
as well as America.
Yeah, America has been doing different things. That's the point. They'll do things like undercover. Now it's just like, yeah, we're just going to do it blatant. We're just going to, instead of pretending we're going there just to free people, we're going to go there and take your president, take your oil, and take your gold. We're not even going to pretend. We got all their gold. We got all their oil.
I think
going forward, I'm just wondering, has things changed?
I think
no, not really.
Yeah, I don't. I think what America's done, and strangely enough, I get why some Americans will probably even be happy with it. I think it has gone. You know, it's probably linked to another why or anything. A lot of people think America's gone soft, and America now is trying to show people we're not soft. You know, you keep thinking you're thinking that we're pussy. That's what they're basically thinking. You're now thinking that you can just do what you want, or you can talk to us anyhow, or you can treat us anyhow. We're stupid. We're this, that, and the other. Hey, we need to show you that we're still the biggest big boy in the whole of this place. Everyone keeps talking about North Korea. Everyone keeps talking about China. Everyone keeps talking about Russia. Hey, we're still the big boys in this place.
Yeah,
and I think that's why this constant show of power that Trump is doing is getting the support from Americans, because they themselves feel like people don't respect them anymore.
Yeah, but
they're so used to being number one.
So here's the thing, though. There is that, which is an image thing, but then there's also the brass tacks and the reality of it. And the reality of it is that the paradigm shift now is about empire. The empire is shifting, and the advantages that America once had as far as empire is concerned globally has now shifted in a way that we can't talk about it openly. It's not something we can have the great masses understanding and knowing. So, for example, I caught lucky and saw a program documentary on technology in particular, and they were talking about China and the EV car sector in particular. And what was happening was that they had industry insiders, American ones, and he was just like, look, I'm American, I'm proud of us and what have you, but there is a great disservice being done in public with regards to where we are at with technology and where China is at with technology. We are not in competition with China. We are not even near where they are with it. They have gone so far advanced that we are completely behind, and it's not something that I'm saying because I want to stoke any emotions in you. Like, it's just brass tacks statistics. Even the EV car market in China, they don't have any competition from outside of China. The companies are competing with each other. They're able to produce such high quality vehicles at such a low price that the rest of the world, and America in particular, is so afraid that they're putting 100% tariffs on.
Yeah, that's how they get in
on the import of the vehicles, because they're like, this is the only way we can deal with it. Then the European sector, they have.
Are they not banned in America?
What's that?
Chinese EVs.
100% in import tax.
They've been taxing everything because, as Simple Simon is saying, the only way that you're going to allow competition with your American vehicles is if the price goes up so high on the Chinese ones that it matches what they do in the Americans.
I just thought they were banned, but okay.
No, yeah, so it's saying that they put that embargo in place to try and slow them down, but that's all they can possibly do to slow them down. Then that embargo now has actually forced the evolution of the technology even faster. So one of the biggest problems that we had with EVs and why they weren't selling around the world is because the lack of convenience. You can't charge your car in any meaningful amount of time. China have just broke the barrier now, and they've got a new battery set that can charge in 5 minutes between 5% and 70%, giving you another 400 kilometers in range. So that's the new thing that's happening in China right now. They've got more charge stations in China than there are combined in the rest of the world. So the thing is, he's like, we're not even competing.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
How much oil do they have in China?
Again, they are the biggest importers of oil in the world, and
until now, you know, they just stopped all the importing.
Where they've slowed that down the imports.
Everyone's like, well, when everyone's begging for oil, how can China just stop importing?
And the reason why I'm asking that question is,
they're doing the solar panels, isn't it?
Yeah, but the reason I'm asking that question is, who's one of the biggest exporters of oil?
Who?
The United States,
America.
Okay.
And what do you need to power when you use vehicles? What do you need to power vehicles with?
Yeah.
Oil.
Yeah.
So they got oil, so they're like, we're gonna keep using our vehicles. Chinese are like, how can we get away with not having to use all this oil?
But it's even going even to another level as well. So like, you know that they've got rare earth metals, and that's they were one of the biggest importers of rare earth metals. They've moved their technology along in such a way now that they're building new stuff that doesn't need the rare earth metals, and they can synthetically create the materials that they need to make
that
them.
would make sense, you know, if you can synthetically make a diamond, then all these other things that they're talking about,
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll figure out a way to make it artificially.
So this is what's happened. So as far as like war is concerned, like there is a paradigm shift going on. So what America's doing with all this, oh yeah, you know, we can bomb you to high heaven, is kind of like, you know, when the bully has lost the fight and he's only got what he's got left, which is the reputation that you have of him, and seeing whether or not you're still scared of that reputation. That's the last thing that they can do.
What fight has he lost?
What do you mean?
America.
As far as like, because war doesn't look the same anymore. We're not standing here fighting each other anymore. War now is the goods and services that are powering your economies. That's what war is now. So even Xiaomi, the people that make phones, they make EVs now.
Yeah.
And they've got a whole ecosystem where the car is part of that ecosystem. So all of the other things that they make, fridges, the TVs, the coffee maker, the Hoover, there's a complete link up now. They've started making cars, and as far as they've started making cars in the last 3 or 4 years, and they're already like top 6 or something like that as far as like production and everything is concerned. So the competition has gone in a completely different direction, and we are behind a firewall as far as the information is concerned.
Yeah, but okay.
Because the average person here or in America doesn't know that.
But then that's kind of like going against what you're saying, because anyone that goes to China from the Western world, when they come back, they'll be like, these guys are 20 years ahead of us.
Yeah, and they are. And that's what happens.
That's the point. The firewall is there. The blockage is there. Okay, they can be 20 years ahead of us, and let them stay there and do their thing over there. But here in America and in Western Europe, we're going to still be 20 years behind. We'll figure it out. And there's a barrier between there and there. What China might happen is, well, fair enough, we're going to deal with Eastern Europe, we're going to deal with Africa, we're going to deal with the rest of Asia. So then that's where our powers begins. And to your point earlier on, whoever was talking about fragmenting power, is why, and I've said it a few months ago, President Trump is quite big on this. All right, who's he cool with? He's cool with Russia. He's cool. He likes the Russian leader. He likes the Chinese leader. Now he likes the North Korean leader. But we'll get to that another day. And he's talking about himself. So he's saying, "I will deal with the Americas. You, Russia, will deal with Europe, and China, you deal with Asia." That's the breakup of the world. And as I said, when it comes to Africa, everybody could just like each to our own. We'll just fight over the sticks for Africa. But that's it. That's what they're saying now. That's why he's taking man from Venezuela. That's why he's threatening Cuba.
Because that's his range.
This is my section.
This is my section.
This is who I can bully.
He's even taking taking ships away from around China now and North Korea. Like, you know what? South Korea, you don't want to help us with our drills. Fine, I'm taking our ships away. And taking our ships. So it's like, but hold on, it's like no, gone. So that's
China's region.
Yeah, that's nothing to do with me. So I think, and Russia and China be like, okay, I'll take that for now, because we'll get to you later then. If you're gonna say that, okay, when Russia's trying to deal with Ukraine, you're just giving them diggy stuff. You don't hold all the cards. All right, that's cool. When China's looking over at Taiwan and be like, soon come. Yeah, it's the anniversary of when they took you away from us in 15 years or whatever. We've got by 15 years, we're gonna have you back. And
And what can you do about it?
Yeah, you can't do nothing about it. America's your big brother. America's there looking after you. As long as America's here, we're never gonna let China take over you. Then Trump is there like,
what's Taiwan doing for my life?
So I don't be surprised if China tries to take Taiwan before Trump's gone, because it's like when the next leader comes, who knows? But this is the best chance for us to take it, and for Trump to be like, what did they do for us anyways? They used to make our stuff. Now it's just made in China. It doesn't say made in Taiwan anymore. F them. So don't be surprised if that happens in the next year or two. You got another 20 months of Trump or wherever it is. There are people that are going to be like,
20 months.
We have to do this before he leaves, because the next people that come in might not be so good for us. But the point I was making with the initial question is, has the paradigm changed so much that it's never going to go back to the way it was before? And I think you guys are saying yes.
I don't know about yes.
I think that's what you said. You said yes, changed.
I said that the Americans are showing their power because people think they're pussy.
Yeah, but he asked about the paradigm shift. He says, "Is it never going to be this?"
Yeah, I never answered that question.
You didn't answer the question. Nothing's the same, innit?
Yeah.
Nothing was the same, and nothing is the same. That's how it always goes. It's like when the Roman Empire was the Roman Empire, and then it was taken over by whatever empire.
That's the thing.
Nothing was the same
because empires have to die, and that's it. The power has to change.
Mm.
And you reckon the next power is the Chinese?
I think we're going to have to redefine what the power looks like. And when you do that, it's like I said, it's how many individual things in your life, wherever you are in the world, are as a result of some place or one particular place. And at the moment, it's looking like we're fast tracking into a technological age. And China is at the forefront of the technological age at the moment. And when I say at the forefront, I mean it used to be Japan that was at the forefront. They're ahead of Japan.
I'm waiting for them to see the one country that can disable atomic bombs. That's the country that's gonna, because that's the thing that's changed it still, isn't it? Everyone's still afraid that I can drop a bomb on you. The minute that no one's afraid that you can drop a bomb on them is the minute that things change.
Well, I don't think that minute's gonna happen.
That's what I said. I don't think things are going to actually change them. I think that's how it is now. Everyone's got that. It's like the Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other. The ones that have got atomic bombs are all pointing at each other.
Mutually assured destruction.
So that's how, because we've all got one, or the ones that do have one. The world's going to be the same way. You can't take over me. I can't take over you. You can't take over this. You can't take over that.
But I am disgusted at the fact that they've corralled in such a way that they've made sure that there isn't any nuclear weapons in Africa. That,
of course, because that's the one that will press the button.
You say that, but
they're not going to, but they got the right to press it.
Yeah.
every continent, that continent has the right to say, you mother.
Other places have the right to press it.
Yeah. Japan
has the ultimate right to press it.
Japan.
Because they felt it.
Twice.
They were also dealing with the Nazis, though.
Who?
The Japanese.
Were they?
Yeah, that's the whole reason why they did it.
No, from what I remember of my World War II.
They were moving with the Nazis, bro. What are you talking about?
The Japanese and the Nazis was coldies.
Yeah. That's why they bombed them.
The reason for the bombing them was, from what I remember, wasn't that. They needed to test the technology, and that was the destination.
Pearl Harbor, innit?
Yeah, that was the. But I don't know.
That's the ultimate bully. Oh, because America was not involved in World War II, until the Japanese decided to start some beef. I said, oh, okay, bam.
But the war was over by that time, wasn't it?
No,
the war had actually finished, if I remember correctly.
So what? They just dropped it.
They dropped it because they had to test it.
No, it's not the case.
If I remember correctly,
I would need to check because I'm not a historian. I'm not a World War II expert or even.
He was in response to Pearl Harbor.
Moderate thing, but not like close.
But the Japanese was moving with the Nazis.
Yeah, that one definitely for sure.
But yeah, I just think to myself that while everyone's still got nuclear power and nuclear weapons, if somebody can just press a button and boo, suddenly your nuclear weapons are useless. That's when the world changes.
Yeah.
Stav, you going to talk about this thing we spoke about before?
No.
Okay.
We need extraterrestrial life form to come. That's when things will change, because it's in line with what you're saying.
What's
Potentially,
what's that film?
potentially your nuclear weapons are
new
now
one.
useless.
It's supposed to be.
Based on the comic, like or the graphic novel
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, tomorrow.
with the superheroes and they get together.
Watchmen.
Yeah, because that's the Watchmen you're saying.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
That's a spoiler for the Watchmen.
If you saw an alien today,
Yeah.
you are driving home to your house.
Yeah.
You get to your house and an alien comes down from space,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you got the thing on you,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Shout out South London.
right?
Yeah.
Are you shooting or are you waiting to see what I got?
I'm gonna wait to see what I go on.
Are you shooting or you waiting to see what I got?
I'm waiting. I think.
Is it?
Waiting.
You're waiting, yeah? You're waiting?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I can't afford to.
Turn the mic up, man. Or put it. Yeah.
I can't afford to start something without knowing what my potential enemy is packing. Pause.
What are you doing?
Smash.
I don't know what I'm doing, you know.
You can't. It's
I get to my
unknown
yard-
life form, unknown technology. You'd be foolish for striking the first blow.
If I get to my yard and an alien is... It depends what race the alien is as well, by the way.
Okay, go on.
Because in every species, they can't be trusted.
Yeah,
but I don't know. If the race...
So if they were green,
All right, the green alien comes down, yeah, and he knocks on, and I'm coming to home, yeah, bringing up the podcast equipment, and I'm just seeing the alien outside my yard. Nah, I don't, and I got the thing. Are you shooting the air? I'm doing something.
Yeah, but what's your reasoning? So it's just fair.
before you talk,
That's what people ask.
before you just talk,
Okay, so if I start talking and it talks back, what's gonna happen then?
then you can potentially start a dialogue.
Offer some tea.
So you're getting an alien into the house?
I didn't say
No,
in
you
your
could
house.
bring out the tea out.
This man said the aliens come from a completely different planet, landed on Earth, and then you're like, you're gonna let him in your house. He's already fucking come to your planet, bruv.
No.
You come out, I can't let him out.
Your house is your sanctum. It's different than the
You have to clean up as well. You have to clean up a bit for the house. You can't let the rest of the other planets. Your house is how you look.
The rest of the galaxy.
I don't know. I just in my head it just came like if they were just outside my house. I don't know how I'll deal with it. You know.
I'm not shooting like that first.
That's wild.
Because that's just not my nature. Like,
And you don't even know if they're like come in peace or not. Like they're just
Okay, so what if they say they come in peace? Okay, let's say that they come in peace, yeah, and they reach into their alien waste,
go on and
and they're gonna look like they're bringing out something. Then what happens then?
yeah, but you don't remember. We're basing this on our
Physiology.
mannerism. Yeah, like our mannerism, physiology,
Would you-
our behavior, our experiences, our history.
Would you shake the hand of the alien?
if the alien is extending its hand to shake,
Yeah.
then that might mean that there's a certain understanding of what is the
Are you gonna shake it?
prevalent culture on Earth.
I'll shake the aliens.
So I might
Like
shake,
African.
I might
Steph,
shake the
Steph
aliens
sounded like he's doing it for us.
I'll do it. I'll
You
shake.
like African.
All right.
The shaking hand.
Basically,
Any witchcraft could happen. Because now I believe in everything. As soon as the aliens in my face, I believe witchcraft. All of it means the devil. Everything's there.
so you don't believe aliens exist?
I don't know what aliens do, but
'Cause
now I see it in my face.
If you put a gun to my head and said there are aliens out there, I'd be like, yes. Of course. How big is it? You know how big the universe?
Yeah.
It's so like it's mind blowing how big this thing is.
So how-
for us to believe there's nothing else out there is the craziness.
So okay, let's say that the alien comes. Yeah, the alien seems cool. Yeah, and he says, "All right, I need you to come with me so I can prove to my people them
That I made it to Earth.
that there's Earthlings and then Earthlings are cool."
Yeah.
no.
But it's
there's a dude called Trump in
Only-
America.
no, that's not gonna help you, is it?
A couple of things down.
We'll only be in Earth minutes. We'll only be away for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Would you go?
No. I don't trust it.
How long will that take in their
It's
home
still
planet?
it's still 5 minutes. Whatever happens is 5 minutes. But he's just telling you Earth minutes. He's
Stavros ain't going there. I don't.
So you're not going with the alien.
I don't trust you like that.
So you could potentially make sure that these people know that Earth are cool.
No, take somebody else. I don't trust you. I'm scared of you.
I'll airdrop him a
Or
video.
I'm wary of you.
So you're not going either.
Nah.
Are you going?
This is Mulder.
It's not a straightforward answer for me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
This man is
He wants to
Captain
see
Kirk,
what's. He
boy.
wants to see what's out there.
Smell what green pussy.
no.
No, I said that's one thing that's not going to happen.
What did you say?
I'm not sleeping with no extraterrestrials.
Because you know Captain Kirk would have slept with that boy.
Yeah,
Long thing.
one time. I'm not doing that. But to go, it's going to be 5 minutes. I don't know.
If you had no responsibilities, no kids, no nothing.
No responsibilities, no kids. Yeah, I'm gone.
There you go.
I think.
I'm not leaving. I'm gone. Why are you not leaving?
Because I'm scared. Did you promise that we're safe?
I didn't promise you nothing.
No, I'm scared. If I'm happy to see, I'm an explorer.
It sounds like a setup.
I like gallivanting. Yeah, but that sounds like the oldest trick in the book.
like
Come with me. Come around the corner.
Think about it. If they've
It's like
got
Goodfellas.
if they've got superior technology,
Just around the corner.
Did they tell you got superior technology?
Would they have to?
They
Because
would
they
have-
got, they got
yeah.
hair.
Why?
that's what I'm saying.
Because they got hair. We can't
that's
get
what
off
I'm
the
saying.
planet like that.
You don't know where they are.
We can. We've landed on other places.
No, but we haven't seen other forms of terror.
We haven't.
Yeah, but if there was life form on the moon,
So which would
then we would have met the people
but
on the
it
moon.
implies that they've traveled a greater distance than we have. Otherwise, we would have bucked them on the moon.
You've made that decision.
I made a calculation.
All right, anyways,
Might not be the truth though.
It's a reasonable.
I made
calculation.
like we've gone on the moon and nowhere else, and we haven't come across alien life. They've come to us, so it's safe to assume that they're not from the moon and they're from somewhere greater than the moon. Therefore, their technology is more advanced than
What
us.
if it's only the technology to get from one space to the other? What if they don't have a kettle
this
when you
guy
get there?
with his flipping
Yeah, but you could say all of this stuff, but then when you get there, they ain't got no
plot
kettle.
twists?
They ain't got no nothing. We don't know how to drive. We walk everywhere. All of this stuff.
I'm not going.
You're not going.
I'm not going.
So you wouldn't even know.
Are you going?
Man, I won't even go Peckham there. I'm going down there, man.
Yeah, you ain't got no responsibility.
You ain't going. Why are we even entertaining this?
If I
He's not
had
going.
if I had no
He's not going.
responsibility,
Even if you didn't
I will
have
go.
responsibility,
I will go.
No, you're not.
I will
You're
go.
not.
All right, so
You're
you're
not.
saying
I will go.
You're not.
He said he
You wouldn't.
would go.
He
I will
wouldn't.
go.
He
Hang on,
wouldn't.
hang on.
He wouldn't.
Unfortunately, he wouldn't be able to go because he would have shot him.
I said maybe I would. I said maybe I would shoot you,
Anyway, go on. Stabby.
but I'll probably go.
I want to play a couple of videos.
I'm going with my gun.
I wanna.
I'm going with my gun.
My family were away this past week, and I was doing a deep clean in the house.
Okay.
I was trying to tidy, do some housework, fixing stuff and putting in skirting and
Being a man.
and doing painting and all that stuff. But with that came an opportunity to do a deep clean. And there was this video that I just wanted to play. So these are all just quick videos I'm playing.
I came from a home where they cooked food.
I've watched this.
This is the home that I grew up in. They cooked food. Then I got married. And I went to a home where they fix food. Cooking and fixing, two different things. You fix tuna fish. You fix hamburger helper. You fix rice-a-roni, nachos, hamburgers, sandwiches. A lot of men in here get so excited. Ooh, my baby cooking tacos tonight. No, your baby fixing tacos tonight. Cooking is when you stuff something. Cooking is when you smother something. Cooking is when you saute something. Cooking is when you preheat the oven on 350 for 2 weeks.
Shout out to Asians.
When me and my wife got our first home, we were in there building it up. We was with the builder, and my wife saw a... I grew up in a home where they cleaned up. They cleaned up in the home I grew up in. I got married. And I went to a home where they straightened up. Cleaning up and straightening up, two different things. All straightening up requires you to do is get everything out of sight. That's it. We got company coming over. Get it up. You can put it under the bed, in the closet, in the garage, store it in the backyard. Just get it out of here. And then Febreze everything. Cleaning up, you smell it before you see it. Put the key in the door. Soon as you open it, you already smell bleach, pine saw, pine, Fabuloso. Cleaning up requires a wet rag. Not a wet nap. Put that back in your purse. A wet rag. See, you got everybody up at night with all this. You think it's your allergies. No. If you get a wet rag, get all that dust off that ceiling fan.
I just wanted to play that. In fact, I'm going to be playing more videos recently. Or in the future. All right.
Why?
You need to stop with this. Why? Why do people do things? Because they want to.
But what if everyone else doesn't want to do it?
Then they say they don't want me to do it.
Why?
All right.
So there's no question to that.
No, it was just, I don't want to ask if you live in a house where you clean or tidy, or because I'm going to use tidy instead of clean, or if you cook food instead of fix food.
So for me,
did you hear the thing?
I heard
what's
that.
the
But
question?
for me, there's no question. But for me, you were going to say something, and then you decided to play this instead. You said that you did a deep clean, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. No, because when I brought the family from the airport back into the house, the wife said she could smell the stuff.
Okay.
So immediately I thought of this.
Okay.
This
But
thing
you
where it's
never
like
actually said
walk
that.
into the house. Sorry?
You didn't actually say that just now.
Okay, but all right. Sorry, you know me. I'm scatterbrained. But yes, you could smell the cleanliness once you actually walked into the house. It's like,
Okay.
it's been a deep clean.
The cleanliness.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play two videos, and they're about relationships, and then we can discuss it, and then be done if there's nothing else to discuss in life.
Okay.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna have to change the speed of this thing actually because I don't have that normal speed.
New millennium, but in all my years of counseling women, I'm going to admit something here. I hate to admit it. I'm a very liberated woman of the new millennium, but in all my years of counseling both male and female, I learned early on, men are so much better at getting their needs met. How many women would agree with that? If a guy has a need, he goes after it, doesn't worry about it, doesn't feel guilty about it, he just moves on, gets it met, goes to the next step, correct? Let me give you a little example. Let's do a little role play in here. Let's pretend all the men in the audience, you're my husband. You and I are
This first video is for women. The second video will be for men.
happily married. This has been a difficult year of work, though. The last 2 weeks, very stressful. So guys, you and I, we're going to take off this Saturday. We're going to get in our car. No beepers, no phones, no kids. We're just going to get in the car and do a little 4-day bed and breakfast tour around the state. How's that sound? Only one problem, guys, you're starving. You are so hungry. We have no food in the refrigerator. We can't find a restaurant. You are so hungry now that you can't stand it. All of a sudden, men, we come across the hill. There it is. Great big green interstate sign says, food, next exit. Men, what do? Get off. Do you ask permission? Look at him. No. Guy has a need. It's called hunger. As an answer, it's called food. He goes in, gets himself a sandwich, a cup of coffee. He's headed back down the highway, less than 9 minutes. What a great way to go through life. Now, let's turn it around. Women. Now, first of all, let me ask all the women here. How many women in this room are very independent? Sure you are. So am I. Women, we have come so far professionally. We have broken every glass ceiling there is to break. We are CEOs of major companies. Women are coaches of major sports teams. We are prime ministers of countries. Yet do you know that the average woman today is no better at getting her personal needs met than she was 100 years ago? Women, we're starving. We've been hungry for 2 hours. We come across signs that says food next exit. The average woman today turns to her spouse or significant other and says what? Honey, are you hungry? What is that about? Honey, are you hungry? Do you know that the average woman, if she has a personal need, puts it in the form of a question rather than a statement? How many women would turn and say, John, I'm hungry. I don't really care whether you are or not. Get off now. That doesn't even sound right. Women, every time you put a personal need in the form of a question rather than making an assertive statement, you're underestimating the male brain. Let's now discuss the male brain. The male brain is awesome, complex, exquisite. In fact, the only analogy I can give to the male brain is a computer, which is the most amazing invention in the history of mankind. But like a computer, there's no software been invented that we could insert into a computer that will allow the computer to read the hidden message beneath the literal inputted information. How many men in this room would say you're fairly literal? Sure you are. We say, honey, are you hungry? His computer brain says, no, I'm not. Thanks for asking. He keeps driving, we pass the exit. Next food, 78 miles. Okay, women, what do we do now if he didn't love us enough to read?
I'll stop because it's longer, but basically she goes on to say that now the woman's got an attitude because the man didn't read her mind. She's vexed with the man and still hasn't told him. And then that causes other problems down the line. If she just said, I'm hungry, can you get off? Blah, blah, blah. So you should say, women, be more literal because a man can't read your mind. Don't put statements or requests in the form of a question because they don't work like that. Which I agree with. And then this one is for the men out there.
Now, men don't understand this, but they will after I tell them today. I did not know how important it is for a woman in a relationship with a man to feel emotionally safe. Now, men don't understand this, but they will after I tell them today. If I had to break it down to you using my analogy, what God took out of Adam and made the woman, he took 90% of the emotions that men have and he made that woman with that. This is my analogy, okay? 90% of the woman is her emotions. That's why she said, well, I just feel like it ought to be that way. I just feel like it's right. You hear all, the word is going to always be what? I feel. And you tell us, men, exactly how you feel. The man, Adam, was left with 90% of his logic and reasoning. And only 10% did God leave in the man was his emotion. So a man doesn't feel anything. So when a woman say, do you know how I feel? If he told you he does, he's lying to you. He doesn't know. That's how you feel. He will say to you, this don't make no sense to me. That's a man talking to you. Now men are designed to solve problems. All we want to do is solve the problem. The woman feels that she has this problem. It can be imagined, it can be real, but whatever the situation is, that's how she feels about it. And if she can just talk to you about it, and talk to you about it long enough, she'll just feel better. And that solves her problem. But you brought the problem to the man. And the man wants to solve it because he sees the problem logically. So now he has heard your problem and he wants to go and solve your problem. And the proverbial response to the woman, I don't want you to solve my problem. I just want you to hear me. Well, the man said, why did you bring it to me? And you get mad with the man because he's trying to solve a problem that you basically just solved by talking about it, which wasn't really a problem.
That second video is for the women, or for the men, sorry. I think there are many young men out there that needed to hear that lesson, and many young women out there that needed to hear that woman's lesson, and vice versa. Actually, it's good to learn things from the other point of view because I think it could assist in some relationships.
Who are the two speakers?
I don't know who they are.
Oh,
separate videos, separate platforms.
Are they religious? You don't know. Yeah. Where'd you get them from?
One of them I saw on Twitter randomly, and one of them I saw on YouTube randomly.
Yeah, but when you watch them, do they look like?
I don't know. I was showing
He's
it there.
turned
You could
to
have
that
seen.
age now where he's an old man that's watching the clips that come up on his phone.
Hold on, that's old man business.
Yes.
I think the guy was a pastor.
It's given. Yeah,
I think he was, and the woman, I'm not sure. Maybe
she's a professional in whatever.
Clinical psychologist.
But she was doing like a
TED talk kind of thing. I don't know, but it could have been at the front of a big church for all I know. The mega churches.
I mean, from my own experience, I would say that those things are probably spot on. From both perspectives are spot on. But I don't know whether or not we're supposed to know that. I don't know if that's supposed to be.
You're not meant to learn those things.
Yeah, because we don't teach it at all.
I'm looking forward to teaching my kids this.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about not as an individual. I'm talking about
as a society,
as a civilization, as a society. It's not something that we teach.
Do you think that you're emotionally supportive?
Who, me? No.
What about you, Eze?
It's an ongoing thing. I'm getting better with it. I didn't think I was before. I guess I'm slowly getting there.
And what about you, Steph?
Yes.
Okay.
What about you?
No, I'm terrible. In fact, it's probably my worst trait as a husband, definitely.
So here's the interesting thing. I don't think that I'm not emotionally supportive because I actually am not. I think that emotional support is defined by the person who you're doing the supporting of.
Yeah, of course.
So because of that, like specific to my relationship, I would say that I'm probably not as emotionally supportive as she would like.
Did you say in a relationship?
In my relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about in a relationship.
I figure my wife would probably say I'm less emotionally supportive than all my female friends, because with my female friends I'm not, because as this man said, I'm trying to fix a problem, and if my wife has a problem, then I'm leaning towards fixing it. I'm not just sitting there listening to you jibber jabber for days and weeks on end without solving the problem. Whereas my friend, if you've got problems, I'm not your man, and potentially I can't solve it. So I'll just listen to the jibber jabber.
Thank you. I had this discussion the other day with my wife. I said it's easier for me to deal with people that I'm not that close to than it is to do with somebody that I'm really close with.
But the irony is they would probably appreciate some of that.
But you can't filter your nonsense into the house. We've got kids, and my friend has a problem that is affecting her house. But because I'm just your friend, I can't go into your house, talk to your parent, deal with your work colleague, whatever it is. It's like I can advise you a little bit, but chances are, if I don't know the ins and outs, I can sit there and listen to you and be like, that's a shame. You want to go cinema? Kind of thing, yeah? That's it. With my wife says, this started happening at work, or this is happening with my body, or this is the problem I'm having with my parent, or I can actually do something about it. So you can't just tell me that and I'll be like, oh yeah, there's this thing I can at least try and assist solving. I can try. I might not, but I can try. And I'm just going to listen to you and be like, oh, that's a shame. Because then you're upset now, you're taking it out on me. We're not getting no sex. Then you're upset with me, you're beating the kids because they got one question wrong. So no, you're messing with the household. Let's solve this problem so we can move forward. So that's how it is for me.
For me, I think it's easier to deal with other people that's not actually that as important to me. Like, it's easy to talk to. Like, somebody's comes, like let's say somebody's saying, oh, this thing is affecting me, this, that, other. I'll be like, oh, so sorry, I'm sorry that happened, this, that, other. Because I know I don't have to deal with it again tomorrow. Does that make sense? It's very quick, very fast. I'm sorry that happened to you, this, that, other, blah, 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 blah. I'm hoping that things go well for you, and then I'm out the door.
For me, it's the other way around.
And then I have to go. If I'm at my house and you start saying the same thing to me, almost exactly what you're saying, you're gonna say this to me today, and then you're gonna say it to me again tomorrow, and you're gonna say it to me the day after. I'm gonna try and fix it, because that's what obviously something is affecting you. I'm gonna try and fix it. So my emotional thing might get dashed out the door for my logical brain, as this guy is saying, to try and resolve this issue, because clearly there's an issue and it needs to be resolved. That's in my brain. That's how I do it. The emotional part does come, and I'll still do the same. Oh, so sorry, blah 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 blah. But in my head, I'm like, we need to fix this.
The thing is, with me, I've spent nearly 15 years with. I think if you have the scale where on one side you have man and his logic, and on the other side you have woman and she's emotional, but there's a range, and then somewhere in the middle there's this super being that is 50-50. My woman is closer to that 50-50 than she's all the way to the emotional, up to the point where she might even be even more the logical side or whatever. She's somewhere closer to the middle. So I don't have so many of the issues that I hear other people have, where it's like when you try and bring reason to a problem, that the person is like, or the woman in this, it will be like, I don't want reason. I don't want logic. I just want, or reason. I just want support, or I just want you to listen, or just, I don't really have that, because she hardly comes to me with problems anyways. And if she does, then
I know why.
But I think that's part of the issue. Because again, what I'm saying to you about society is there isn't any trend or culture of or women being encouraged to actually tell you, I don't want you to fix the problem. I just want you to listen and be in the space with me. And it's partly because
it's wrong.
No, it's partly because they don't realize that is what needs to be communicated to men because of how men think. In my experience, women think that men think a certain way, and they don't know how men think. And because they lead with how they think men think, and that's completely wrong, you end up with a lot of these.
How do you think women think men think?
From my experience, women tend to think that men are good at hiding what they're actually feeling. So they think that we experience a grand amount of emotions and we would want to talk about it somehow. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe they think we don't experience any emotions, and also...
No, I think it's the first one.
It's the first one, yeah. That we a grand amount of emotions that we don't express, we don't show, but they're sure that all of these emotions are in there about all of the little things.
What's that got to do with when she has her problems that she's talking to you?
Because when she has her problems and she's talking to you, she wants you to dive with her into the emotional space, but she doesn't realize that your brain doesn't work that way.
Practical.
Yeah, she doesn't.
I think the stereotype is...
She doesn't realize that you have a problem. You have a problem-seeking mind, and that when she's talking to you, she's talking with all of her emotions, and she's expecting you to understand that she's talking with your emotion, with her emotions. Yeah. She doesn't appreciate that what you hear is, this is what's wrong, this is what needs to be done to fix it, and this is how we get there. She doesn't hear that. She hears that, or she thinks that you're hearing her emotional state and all the rest of it.
But what's that got to do with...
Sometimes she doesn't want you to fix the problem. Sometimes
I get all of
she
that,
just wants you to agree with her.
Yeah.
Which is what you won't get with me. If you're wrong, you're wrong. But what has that got to do with how she thinks men think?
No, because I kind of understand what you said. And
I get that bit. That's the standard. That's standard. Women think blah, 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 blah.
One of my favourite memes that they always do is when they have like a man lying down on his side and a woman like on his back, stroking his back, saying, and she's like,
I wonder what he's thinking.
Yeah, wonder what he's thinking. And it should be something like, she thinks it's so grandiose. And the man's like, I wonder if Arsenal's going to win 2-0 tomorrow.
No, but it'll be something about,
minute.
Oh, he noticed that I didn't shave my legs this week, or that's why he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to talk to me because I didn't shave, because I didn't cook him his good food, because I did this.
Anything.
And he's like, Arsenal lost.
Yeah, that's it. It's got nothing to do with you at all. But because your emotions have now decided that this person is emotional, and they have all these emotions and this, that, and the other that makes them feel this way, and they're thinking about this and they're thinking about that. Men don't think about half the things that women think men think about. And if they did, they still want to tell them anyway.
Men are just as emotional as women. Equally emotional. I think sometimes when we talk about... No. I think sometimes when we discuss emotion, we just talk about one type of emotion.
Yeah, if we get anger.
Yes. And other things. Men and women are equally emotional. They just pick different emotions usually, or stereotypically.
Wait, sorry, when you say equally, if we talk about a volume game,
yeah.
Sorry, there's 100 units of emotion.
Yeah, are you saying?
But a woman's emotion might have a greater diversity of emotions, whereas a man might just have anger, sadness, frustration.
No, I'm not even saying that.
But are you saying, like, if we're talking about units of emotion,
they're equal?
Do you think?
Yeah, yes.
No, so the units are 100 units of emotion. Are you saying that
you're saying that men are showing less emotion than women?
No, I'm not saying they're showing less emotion. The units are the same. So it's the same amount of emotion. It's just it's a different orientation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but you said women feel tons and men, and then you gave 3 examples from
there's a variety. There's more of a mixture of different ingredients, right? Like, yeah. So men is just water, and I don't know.
I'll just stick with like my brother gave the example of anger, and if a man is being angry, they don't say a man's being emotional, but he is.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying yes, that anger is an emotion, but I'm saying if we have 2 units of emotion. Yeah, so a woman and a man both have a maximum of 100 units of emotion.
Yeah.
But how that emotion is distributed amongst that 100 units, you might have 20 units for.
Yeah, that's what.
That's what I'm saying.
But no, because you made the men so small in the first example.
How would you mean made it so small?
You said women have lots, and then you gave 3 examples for men. That's what I said. Even if it's 100, you're saying they're both 100, and I'm saying no. Men will have hundreds of emotions as well. The women have hundreds of emotions. It's just different maybe emotions that you may see outwardly.
Okay.
And then maybe women are more happy to expose their emotions, where men keep things inside. Hence, male suicide rates high because they can't discuss things.
But I also found that. Again, in my experience, women sometimes mistake their emotional thoughts for logical ones.
Okay, go on then. Give me an example.
Do you get what I mean? Like, so the emotion is leading the thought, and they would argue that it's logical. So like, there's a logical problem, and it's very, very clear for you as a man to say, well, no, this is this and that is that. And they're like, no, this is that because of this, and the because of is the emotion. It's not like I'm finding a difficult way
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get it, but I was needing an example.
Yeah, I'm falling on the example now. Yeah, you're gonna have to come back to me.
Okay, so let's use one that they all talk about. Thingy. Okay, you cheated on me.
Yeah.
The man's reason why he's cheating on him is because I literally just wanted sex.
Yeah.
The woman's reason why she's cheating on me is because you didn't. I don't know. She could say, you no longer find me attractive. You think that I've noticed that you're not really finding me attractive anymore. I know that you starting to dislike me or hate me. Blah 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 blah. All of these emotional things, which is logical in their head, is logical for them because that's what attached to it. But the actual logic is, I just wanted sex that day, and I was willing to risk it. And then also those emotions that they've explained are actually not actual factual. Yeah, because you don't find her less attractive. You do find her, yeah. All of those stuff don't exist, but because emotionally in their brain, that's what they've gone to.
Okay.
And they will argue those as logical facts.
To the point where they will say that what you're saying is incorrect. Even though you know what you've done, it can't be that, it has to be this.
Yeah, that's fine. People misunderstand why people do things all the time. And vice versa.
I didn't say that it's not fine. I'm just saying that's an
example. I think that you cheated because of ABC, and really it's because of D. That's what it comes down to. And the ABC, because it's still an emotional thing, isn't it? Still, my emotion was, I'm horny. Again, which is something that we don't class as an emotion, but that's an emotion. Man, maybe his libido is higher than the woman's. That's generally the case, or that's stereotypically the case. So, but they're not calling him emotional because he wants nookie all the time.
Yeah, and even that's a misconception. Like, as a man, how often, how many times do you think about sex in a day?
I don't know.
Would you say it's a lot?
I don't think it's a lot for me. Maybe a couple of times.
In comparison to what?
No, but just generally, do you think it's a lot? Because women,
I would say so.
Women have an impression that men are constantly thinking about sex.
I'm not constantly thinking about sex.
I mean, there's phases. Boy.
I'm not.
What do you think about more, money or sex?
Money.
Phases.
And the thing is, a woman would confidently lean into the idea that you think about sex all day long, as a man, and they might not agree that you think about money probably more.
No. They might not agree.
Yeah, they wouldn't. If you mentioned it to them, but they might not agree. Like,
what about you two?
What, as far as
Simple
sex?
Simon and Wahala, do you think about money or sex more?
Money, definitely.
Come with to me now.
Yeah, probably money.
If I had the money, I'd think about sex more. Constantly.
You're laughing. It makes perfect sense to me. I'm thinking about money because I don't have it. It could be because this is very often the case. You get it and you think this is enough, but it's never enough. So then you continue thinking about more money.
All right. For me, sorry to interrupt you. For me, both can be true because they both have different reasons, right?
It's the same reason.
Huh?
The money's for the sex.
Oh, not for me. Not for me.
The money's for the sex.
Yeah, like that's whoa, not for me.
I mean, I guess we're all in relationships, so maybe it's like, but kind of like early on in life, if somebody said, no, it's not even somebody said. Society says for you to get the virgin, you need money. You need the money to get the things that are gonna get you the virgin.
Yeah, because you need to have a nice car, you need to have a nice house, you need to have a nice clothes, you need to have nice cologne, you need all of this stuff costs money.
Once you got the woman, I just don't think that thing switches off.
But I also feel like the amount of time you think about sex is dependent on whether or not you're in a relationship anyway.
Maybe.
For the same reason that you said, something that you haven't got.
I think people that are in relationships think more about sex than people outside of relationships.
You think so?
Yeah.
Again, phases.
Yeah, because it depends. Because if let's say that you're in a long-term relationship, you've been with the same person for years and years and years. Yeah, you know that sex, innit? So you might start thinking.
You're not thinking about it.
Yeah, you'll start thinking about other sex, innit?
But like your Rasta monkey.
Huh?
How do you know?
Whoa. What's a Rasta monkey?
I'll send you the
oh my
links.
god, the thing is hilarious. But I don't know if I should be watching it though.
It's hilarious. But after this one and the Rasta mouse and how disgusting he was with that, I'm assuming the Rasta monkey is just as.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
You didn't watch any.
Oh dear. Okay,
you gotta watch these things.
All right. If I could play just the one, I would play it. But it's in a bunch of them. But basically, it's AI videos, and they ask you have a wise Rasta monkey, and the young monkeys ask the old monkey, "How do you know if a man?" I was putting on the accent before I stop. How do you know if a man masturbates a lot? And they say, "I can tell you if a man. I tell you. You look at a man's hand. Look at his hand. When you see the ring on his wedding ring finger, you know that you masturbate a lot."
That's hilarious.
This man is. One of the things he said. But one of them they said, what did he say? One of them he said,
That's hilarious.
It's the whole thing.
How do you describe a relationship, a man and a woman? I said, he goes, a woman. He goes, yeah. He goes, at the beginning when a man before he has a woman, yeah, him, everything is soft. Him, good. Him. You see the one? You see this one?
Yes. You're not doing it.
I'm saying it because I need to try and find it because I was trying to find that one again.
It's there. You send the link to it.
Yeah, but I don't know that particular one. But because he's right. I can't give it justice, so I need to find it. But the thing is hilarious.
Man said good, obedient wives would be. Jah promised man said good, obedient wives would be found in all the corners of the world. Then he made the world round. Quick question, Father. Who is a woman? A woman is a person who reject good man, accept bad man, then get disappointed and blame all man.
Wow.
The bad man.
It's almost misogynistic.
That's funny.
It's hilarious.
Say alcohol and tobacco have warning label where say them dangerous and them will mash up your life. Yet still, woman a walk around here free all day, every day. That's a bullshit. Straight bullshit.
Yeah, this man's been hurt.
Quick question, Father. How can you tell if a man masturbates a lot? You can always tell if a guy masturbates a lot by looking upon him hand. If you look closely, you will see a wedding ring.
That is imperative.
Today, Father has got advice for all the women them out there we have boyfriend who ask them for nudes. Woman them, listen carefully. Woman, there are billions of booby pictures on Google. And yet he asks specifically if you see yours. Send the man a picture of them. Make him happy.
It's rude.
So let me get this straight. You're willing to spend all your money and go broke on a female who is broke to prove that you're not broke?
It's true. Bad logic.
Wasting money upon a girl now, go get you nowhere in her life, brother. Just find one and settle down. Maybe 2. Maybe 3 just in case. But if you are going through something, maybe 5.
Ah, man.
Yeah. So, what was the point we were making?
Because God said obedient women will be found in all corners of the earth. And then he made the earth round. I don't care. Sorry, that is hilarious. Rasta monkey. That is my Stavros says. I'm gonna put that link in the show notes. So and there are a bunch of them. Rasta monkey.
Yeah.
Ask one of them. You asked them, which one would you rather have, father? Would you rather have bare girls or just one good girl? And then he goes, well, you know, would you rather have $100 or $20 that equal up to 100? No, yeah. And he's like, what do you mean? He goes, because if I got the $100 part thing, if I lose that $100, I've lost all the money. But if I just lose 20, then I still got one left. That's the same way with the woman.
Yeah.
If you lose one, you got 4 left. I was like, this man is misogynistic, but it is hilarious.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Did any of you see the Candice Owen versus this dude talking about that one that got shot in the neck and died? Candice Owen's friend.
Candice always talked to that dude who talked about
So none of you have seen it?
No.
It went rampant. All right, so Candice Owens is Candice Owen. I can't even go if you don't know.
The black woman who's always
conservative.
Yeah.
A conservative black woman.
And she was arguing against who?
It's that dude that is
the white guy.
The white guy that loves bringing on. I know. It's very esoteric, but let me explain. If I put the
Somebody say you're gonna wrap up. Now you're just adding extra things.
It's just a quick thing because it just came to mind.
Charlie Kirk is the guy that died.
Charlie Kirk, yes. Charlie Kirk is, and she believes that Charlie Kirk wasn't killed by the person that the police have caught.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's been on this rampage of finding the real killer of Charlie Kirk because I was Charlie Kirk's friend. Even his wife nobody seems to care but me. So she's on this flex. So this other dude, she's arguing with somebody who I believe put $300,000 down to debate with her. He is one of these dudes that brings stripper holes and stuff to his videos and cusses them down. Basically, he debates them, but he always wins because he shouts over them and blah blah blah. I think one time one of them was so calm and he basically said that your woman has 3 kids from 3 different men and you married her, and yet you bring on all these people and
I know you're talking about.
all these women.
I know
like,
you're talking about. And then he switched.
You horrid, and she kept it calm, and then she battered him. But I've always said that, like, I think I can debate, but I would never ever go against Candice Owen. She will. I know my limits, and she's way beyond that. And who's the British one? Kelechi. I said I can't beat these women. They will beat me.
You think so?
I'm the type of debater generally with people. I can be wrong, but because I'm such a good debater, I can actually beat you in a debate, even if I'm wrong, because I'm good at debating. Those 2 women, I'm not on their level.
That's very surprising. I'm very surprised to hear.
I'm not on there. I know where my bread is buttered.
Very surprised
because both of them are just willing to take it to places I'm not willing to take it, especially with a black woman. I'm not going there.
I'm very surprised.
They'll batter me. But anyway, with this dude, she battered him, and everybody just the whole like online world of that kind of conservative arena or conspiracy arena, or, third eye, or everybody just congregated, whether they liked her or they didn't like her, to say this dude took such a battering from this woman, and he paid for the privilege of doing it. It's ridiculous. Okay. But anyways, that was that. So go on YouTube or whatever. It's interesting. It's interesting.
You've been a bit weird this podcast, but I'm gonna leave it.
Have I?
Yes.
Because that's what happens when I start watching time instead of just enjoying the conversation. But yes, we've come to the end. I've even done the intros properly. But let's do our church notes and our goodbyes. Let's start off with Big Wahala.
First ones. At Big Wahala on Insta. At Big Wahala on Twitter. I ain't watched no films this week, boy. I've been to no cinema at all. But still deep into my shows. Guys, please, in fact, what we was discussing today is very linked to Lioness. So if you guys are not watching Lioness, make sure you're watching Lioness, because Lioness is
season 3 is good.
Yes. So check out Lioness, please, if you can. The program I was watching, Lucky, has just been finished, so you can watch that. Reacher is back as well.
What is it we've been talking about? That's the world stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking about. Okay, right.
Reacher is back. It's got 4 episodes in, so you can try and check that out if you can. There was something I was gonna. Excuse me. Sorry, there was something I was gonna pick up, but I cannot remember what that is. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is.
So you ever watched a dinosaur film? Or is that the one
I
you
watched it last week.
You watched it before.
Rubbish.
He says rubbish.
Yeah, not good. Okay. But yeah, anyway, I'm good. I can't remember anything else. At Big Wahala instead, Big Wahala too. I was good.
Simon.
I watched a film called Soulmate yesterday. It's a sci-fi thriller. It's alright, I guess. TV wise, still watching Silo. I want to give a shout out to Common for his involvement and his
accent.
Yeah,
he plays himself though in everything.
What's that?
John Wick.
He plays himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say. No, you think so?
Yes, he plays a calm black man that when he gets angry, he fights, but he's still calm throughout the whole thing.
What other? Okay, he was in.
His Shiloh is exactly the same.
American Gangster.
No, you've just played into it. Wireless theory.
In American Gangster, he was a bit of a nerdy. He was a young. No, it was different.
Okay. When I see him, he doesn't make me not think that's Common.
Some people say that about Denzel Washington.
I'm not disagreeing with that either. The time that I knew that Denzel Washington plays himself in everything is when I watched Gladiator 2. And Denzel Washington played himself in
ancient Roman times.
And it was Denzel Washington from Harlem, bruv. I was like, this is...
Literally said, my nigga.
We don't say that on this, bro.
I apologize.
But yeah, he might as well have said it.
So yeah, that's shout out to him. That was Silo, and then I've started watching this other adult cartoon thing. Called President Curtis.
Oh, okay.
So it's in the same universe as Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Okay. But I like it. It's good. Not as I would say, not as necessarily witty in the same way as Rick and Morty is, but I am enjoying it. Go on.
But that reminded me because that's on HBO.
Yeah.
Lanterns is on.
Yes, and that's the other thing. That was my next one that was going to come. Yeah, because Aaron Pierre is Lantern.
Is English, yeah?
Yeah, apparently. I didn't know that.
Who, Aaron Pierre?
Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't play no
news to you?
That was news to me.
How can you not know he was English?
Part of the virality was because this is an English guy.
Yeah.
No, my missus told me 2 days ago. I didn't know.
You not see him in the Arsenal adverts all the time?
Oh, I didn't see that.
That don't make you English.
With his English accent on purpose.
Okay.
He's English, man.
You'll say like 2 words.
Remember he was dating, what's her name as well? And everyone was like, she's dating the English guy. Remember they all hated him at one point because he's English.
I do not keep abreast
of people's lives outside of it.
No, it's some craft. Things like I'm talking about Canatoing and nobody else knows, but I'm different parts of the internet. Like
you can't see him and think he's English.
I'm not. I just didn't know.
You're going somewhere
if
far now.
Acting in American.
English.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He don't look like an American.
He's a 6 foot light skinned built dude with green eyes. He is not a typical English man.
Yeah.
When I looked at him, I saw him as English straight away. I didn't think he was American at all.
The program or the film that I see him in is that Netflix film that he did that was decent.
On the bike. When he was on a bike and he was chasing somebody or something.
Yes, whatever. It
was like a soldier.
Yeah, whatever it was. That's all I've seen him in. So if he's playing an American person, I shrugged my shoulder. The same as also when Idris was found out that he's British, you'd be like, what? It's the same thing for me. Like, okay, I didn't know. Because
you didn't know he was British either?
No, no, I don't remember. That is a long time ago. I can't remember if I knew he was British before I ever watched The Wire. I think I knew, because I didn't watch The Wire until it was finished. So I might have known about Idris before I ever watched The Wire. And then I never had that problem. But everybody else, obviously...
Because McNulty's British as well,
yeah,
isn't he?
Yeah.
Bury them in The Wire is British, bruv.
Yeah.
Which how many others?
The other guy that plays the one that plays the one that's like the tech one, the black guy, the tech one. He's British.
The police with the glasses. The other one.
Yeah, the older one. He's British. Trust me, the few of them that's British. What's his name? The guy that plays the mayor. He's British, I think, as well. That's in Game of Thrones.
Is he British?
I think he's British as well.
I'm not sure about that one actually, but okay. Anyway, but just to prove the point that you don't just look at somebody. You're British. You're American.
No, I do.
Okay, well, fair enough. That's that. Who was talking at the time? Simple.
Yeah. So that was Lanterns is the last thing that I was going to big up as well. It's only one episode pilot.
It's good though. Yeah,
I actually enjoyed it. And when I say enjoyed it, I mean I actually do want to see what's going to happen next. Do you get what I mean?
It's swearing in it.
Production is good.
Okay, one of them I didn't know.
Yeah, production is good. I'm usually a downer on DC motion picture, but this is good. It's good.
Did you like The Penguin?
Yeah.
I watched that one. That was HBO as well.
Yeah.
I watched that one.
Yeah, so I'm Lantern. I'm actually looking forward to getting through it.
Maybe I'll come to that because I didn't think Penguin was as good as everyone made it. Like, it was so fantastic.
Penguin is gangster, bro.
It was just alright. It was alright.
Did you know that
I probably did actually. But carry on.
What's his name's mum from Barksdale's sister, aka what's the Snowfall's mum?
Yeah,
she's English. Didn't know.
I'm trying to remember now.
Didn't know.
If I did know, I've forgotten. But something in my brain is not surprised when you said it. But I would have forgotten. But I remember somebody talking about it on the wire on the set, and everyone just talking like this, and it's like, what's going on? Like whilst they were on the set, like there were so many Brits on the wire. So I knew there was more than just those two, but I can't remember who. Essay, talk to the people then.
In regards to TV, I haven't watched anything. In regards to film, I haven't watched anything. I've just had my head down. I guess if I'm going to report anything, it's that I have 2 more events to mark the end of the summer.
Go on. Tell them.
Sunday, 30th of August is the Carnival After Party, the Got So Carnival After Party down there at Pop Brixton. That is a free event. All you got to do is register, search on Eventbrite. And then on Sunday, the 13th of September, it's the final reoccurring end of summer boat party by Got So. After 10 years, we're saying goodbye. We're doing one final voyage. And then that concludes my summer season of events. And
plug. So I'm gonna get into you now. Why are you giving up on the boat party?
Boat prices are going through the roof.
Okay.
And consumer behavior means that I am becoming more and more stressed every year in regards to making ticket sales and stuff like that. And also I just want an easy life, man.
It doesn't even matter anyway. I don't get it.
What don't you get?
Boat parties.
Okay, that's besides the point.
If you're going from like one place to another, I get it. But you're literally just going around the water
because it's a change.
You just like
it's a change of scenery.
I can't go home.
It's a change of scenery. Like you have to understand, 90% of people are used to partying in 4 walls and the ceiling, right? But with the boat, especially my boat, I time it so that you sail out during the day and return during the evening, so you get to watch the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And we focus on the east side of the river, so you sail across iconic landmarks, Canary Wharf, all that area, and it's actually a very, like, London from the riverside perspective is very pretty. Very picturesque.
I know people enjoy it. I'm not saying that people don't. My wife goes up as she enjoys it a lot. But I don't actually get it.
It's not for you then.
I just like
his emotions are not in tune with the boat party.
I'm getting on the boat. All in my brain is like, I can't get off when I want to. I can't go home when I want to go home. Where something kicks off?
Paranoia, emotional damage.
Think about being on a plane.
Yeah, but I'm going to a destination. That's what I'm saying.
What if something kicks off?
Yeah, but I'm going to a destination.
But what if
I'm prepared to die for that. I'm prepared to die to go to that destination. I'm not prepared to die to go around in circles.
It's the risk analysis, isn't it? Is what I'm going for worth the risk of what it takes to get there? And if I'm not actually going anywhere, in his case, then if I'm going in a big circle,
it's not even a risk. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like I'm pointing out your event. I was actually asking you about. It only came to my brain that actually asking this valid question about what happens if what you have to put them to handcuff them to the side of the boat or something so they can't.
So they can't what?
I don't know. Whatever they stop, they fight it. How do you stop it? No one can go home. No one can leave.
Security on the boat.
Is there? Oh, okay.
I apologize for asking you the question. I'm so sorry, bro.
It's all good, but there's security on the boat. They're strict. Everyone gets searched. If you're drunk or over under some substance, influence of whatever, you're not going to be let on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain precautionary measures, and if anything, and it's happened on one occasion where one person was. Got very drunk and he upset a lady patron, and we pulled over and we kicked him off.
Oh, so you can pull over?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Just make sure
we docked and we kicked him off.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Make sure that if you have too many Ghanaians on the boat, you put them in each corner to level out the boat, because the head sizes can make it capsize. But anyway, that's it. No.
I did that. That is not the views of Soul or Hearsay.
That wasn't even funny either.
That's because your head is turning like this. That's why.
It's beneath you.
It's not beneath me.
My guy. Okay, so and then you're closing out summer officially.
That's the summer season.
I wanted to go to your last thing, but I think I was working or somewhere else.
Somerset House. That was good.
I didn't even know about it until like somebody told me like on the day.
Yeah, a couple of.
It was
day,
alright.
day before.
It was alright.
I was like, you got to thinking to like, eh? I was like, what? Usually I usually know, but this time I didn't even know.
Yeah, it was. I was low key with this one, but yeah, it was a nice day.
I know you got one on the 29th.
I was gonna say
30th.
You're
The 30th, sorry.
You're eyeing up carnival settings. That's what I was gonna ask you next.
I'm definitely going.
Okay,
definitely going. I'm just gonna be on the road. I'm not jumping or doing anything.
Are you doing a carnival event or no?
The carnival after party is the 30th.
Okay, cool.
The 30th at Pop Brixton.
All right, nice.
We've been doing it for 14 years now.
Yeah, your thing's been lit still.
14 years. So yeah, join us. It's free. Last bank holiday at Pop Brixton because Pop Brixton's closing.
Oh, that's sad.
Is that the one with the
container place in Brixton?
I think I've only been there once, but it wasn't even for an event. It was just like during the day.
Yeah.
But so you don't usually hold your thing in there then? Because I've been to your carnival thing.
Well, we've done it in Brixton Stories, but we have done a few in Pop
Brixton Stories.
Yeah.
Which was the one that's got the rooftop?
That's the rooftop. Brixton Stories.
That's the one I'll go to.
The one above the pub.
Yes.
Oh, that's what it's called.
That's the formerly Prince of Wales, and then it was something else.
That's
and
what
then
I've
Stories. Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's Brixton Stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know a lot of people have been doing their stuff at Pop Brixton, so it's sad to see that. It's
Yeah, very sad. Very sad. Especially it's going to be replaced by some
flats,
block of flats.
It has to be. These people, they're raking it in, man. Any little tiny piece of land, like I'll buy that off you and I'll build 60 flats and a gym.
So sad times, but you know we're gonna see it off with a bang.
Have any promoters ever have you ever spoke to promoters about buying a venue? Like, have you come together and said we should buy a venue?
Lots of people have had this conversation. It happens on a yearly, if not every 5-year basis.
Come together.
I'm not interested. It's owning a venue is horrible. It's not fun. The world is... The UK is not even designed for business. Like, the UK is a horrible place to do business.
That's why I need to vote Conservative.
And on top of that, it's a horrible place to... for hospitality. Like, in the last 18 months, a third of venues have shut down.
That's a big statement.
I don't even know if that's including pubs as well, because pubs is getting shut down left, right, and centre.
No, it's nightlife.
There's nightlife as well.
So that's not even including pubs, but the third of nightlife venues have closed down.
Because people are linking up on social media apps now. They don't need to go out to these venues to link.
I don't think it's even a venue thing. It's the amount of tax they have to pay.
Everything is business rates. It's licensing. It's unreasonable.
The conditions. You can't go out here. You can't believe there. You can't stand on this road. You can't do this. You can't do that. To the point where then you can't really do anything.
And it's affordability as well. Like the current state of the economy. Like drinks. I mean, I don't drink. And the other day, I was like, oh, do you want to... I offered my friend a drink and he said, yeah, get me a double, I don't know, some shit.
Cheeky bastard.
So I went to the bar now and I ordered a double.
15.
And I went, huh?
£15, yeah.
It was so stupid. I couldn't believe it. I genuinely couldn't believe it. I was like, raw.
Yeah, it's £15 standard now for a drink. And then if you decided, this is the one that pisses me off, well, you should know this. So, a cocktail, £18. All right, fair enough. Can I get a mocktail? £15. Eh? You be like, eh? So
because they're not going to do all of that work and lose out on your money, mate. Because that's work. That's work. They work for that 15 or 18 pounds.
For the produce. That's what you basically put your produce.
But they shook. They shook and did all of that.
It's crazy.
But this is the thing. This is what it's not a fun period that we're going through. But you know, those who can do it are doing it well. You know, there's some promoters that are raking it in.
So shout out to the promoters. Hopefully you guys can do your best.
Yeah.
So those are the only two things you want to promote?
Those are the only things I've got going on right now that are, literally.
All right. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Last minute. Like I said, yeah, always, whenever you're here, we're always here, open to have you on the show.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I am Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss on most of the social medias. My Stavros says is the Rasta Monkeys. Did you find that offensive, Simple Simon, by the way?
What's that? The Rasta Monkeys?
Yes. Is monkey less offensive than the rat? Or mouse, sorry.
I didn't get the impression that they were talking about their Rasta-ness, if that makes sense, which is what the Rasta Mouse was doing, which is why I got offended by it.
So sorry, I missed the Rasta Mouse thing. The Rasta Mouse is talking about.
There was a I don't know if it was a pilot episode or something, but it was talking about being a Rastafarian and a mouse, and I just didn't like the two things.
So in just one episode, because I'm thinking I don't recall him talking about his Rastafarian.
Yeah, it was. So I took offense to that.
Okay.
Rats. In the same way that, I don't know, somebody who's Muslim would take offense to Muhammad being depicted as a dog.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, catch us collectively at ESN Podcast on the socials. Hashtag ESN Pod to start or join in the conversation, or leave a message in some of the messagings that you can do on various apps like SoundCloud and Spotify.
Plug.
You could probably do it on Apple, but I haven't logged into Apple Podcasts in many years. It was a really bad app when I stopped using it. I wonder I'm sure it's got better. I wonder how much better it's got. Anyways, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Not too long this episode. I'm trying to shorten them down these days.
How is that going?
I've just started today.
Oh.
And I think it's been semi-successful. 2 hours 15 is not too bad. But as my brother said, it's brought out a different dynamic in me, which I didn't necessarily notice. I'm going to ask him what he means after. Thank you guys for being here. Mr. Wolf, shout yourself out. That actor, big yourself up. We haven't replaced you with this one here. Don't worry.
Ross. Whoa. Whoa. Anyway, it's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you guys.
Yeah. And on that note,
if you ain't saying nothing, say it well. Say it well. Say it well.
Say it well. Slag for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the ESN